Hey, what's up, guys? Tim here. I got Cameron, right?
Yeah.
Cameron with me.
OVO.
We're just gonna talk some wristwatches. Actually, it's actually a really good idea for a video. That's my favorite watches of 2021. We were just talking about some stuff that you kind of like, but let's just go straight into the topic. I got whole dinky here pulled up. They got the section on all new watches 2021. You can hit the filter by. We'll start with Rolex and we'll go down from there. Okay, what do you guys think? Is that something interesting that we want to discuss? Yeah. Okay, it's I guess yeah. Check this out. Let's see. What did Rolex release this year? Well, we got the Sky Dwellers on Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Yep. The Explorer 1 was resized back to 36 mil and in two tone. Then we got a few new dials on the Datejust. We got the Palm Franz. We got also the fluted dial. Very, very, very interesting stuff. We got the Meteorite dial Daytona, which I think is the best Daytona I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think we've seen the Space Panda release yet, right?
Uh, in the wild, I've seen one at the AD without the movement in it.
Mm,
Okay, I've handled it. I thought like if my ID said, "Hey, we'll trade up your Daytona to a Space Panda," that's probably the only way I would have. Like I said like I will never get rid of my Daytona. I
right.
think this would probably be the only thing that I would do it for, and it would be like in the talks with them. And I don't know, maybe is there a place for two Daytonas? Can someone have two regular Panda and a Space Panda? I don't know. Let me
I
know
mean,
what you guys think in the comment section below.
you could go for a precious metal and stainless steel.
Well,
I think that's a good
I,
combo.
I only like the white gold. I think
Right.
that with that one that we have here in the image, I think that's the freaking most amazing thing ever. And handling it in person, like I've seen it on the rose gold. They also had it on full rose gold and rose gold bracelet. It wasn't the same. This thing it blew my mind. Okay. And obviously the new Explorer 2s, which are absolutely incredible. Let me drop the link in case some people would like to join us for this discussion. We're not just going to talk about Rolex. We'll go through as many freaking brands as I can go tonight. Oh, we got David A says I have two. Oh, 15,500. So go for two Daytonas. Which two do you have? You got the blue one, I know. But does he? Oh, he also has the rose gold one, black on the black leather strap. And actually, that is kind of in a way that would be very similar. If this one's on rubber, the other one would be on the steel bracelet. So actually, it makes sense. It does
Oh,
make sense. Let's see who we have joining us. We got Mathis Fixins. I'm gonna be hanging up with him on Monday. He's coming to New York. Huge shout out to Mathis. Pavel, single tone Tim. I do want to be made two tone. That is my dream. I think like I freaking love the two tone Explorer one. I think actually a two tone Explorer one would work in my collection. I would trade it up to a two tone because I have so many steel sports. This if there's a two tone that I want, probably this Explorer one.
you wouldn't go for a root beer or
Mm,
too
like I
big?
love. Oh, trust me, I freaking love the root beer. But I feel like I want variety, and if there's like one of each, like the reason that I think two Daytonas would actually kind of be acceptable in this way, because one is gold and on the rubber. Like I wouldn't want this Daytona on a full white gold bracelet. I think it's too similar. It looks identical to mine. It's the rubber that changes things up. Pavel, welcome to the show. Balds and their hats have inflated Not sure what that means.
Infiltrated. They've infiltrated. Beware. Oh, I don't know what that
Ah,
means.
bald. Ah. Oh my God. Logan Hall, welcome to the show. David H. Overtime. Yeah, I got some time to kill, so let's have this discussion. I am thinking like this is a brainstorm session that I'm doing here with Ovio, with Cameron, right? I'm brainstorming
Yeah.
my my best watches for the 2022. I
Does it
think for 2021, sorry. I
does it
think
list out like every single piece or on
well,
who
yeah, yeah,
thinking?
it does. So these are all the articles on it, but these are all the new pieces. So here we got the two. Obviously, there's also the two GMT Master twos, right? The Batman and the sorry, the Pepsi and the Batman
Yeah.
on the opposite bracelets, right? So now not change, but everything else that's it. So you got the Meteorite in the Daytona. So these are the Rolexes. What would you say is the best Rolex of 2021? I think for me, I think it's the Space Panda followed by the Explorer 1 two tone.
Uh, I would have to say I would agree with the Space Panda, but it's just the fact that it's just I haven't seen it in real life on
Yeah.
anybody at all. I'd have to go with the rose gold brown dial Daytona, which is a very beautiful watch. Um,
With the Meteorite dial?
no, the brown dial.
Oh, but it's not new. It's
Oh,
not
that's
a
not new.
new. No,
Then I would
it
say, then yeah, I would say the meteorite. Then, that's very beautiful with the ever rose gold and the
yeah.
palm fronds. I'm a
And
big
oh,
fan of
the
that
palm
palm frond.
fronds.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
texture. It's like a textured dial that Rolex doesn't usually do. So I'm
Yeah,
a big fan of that.
especially nature inspired kind of texture. I don't think have they done nature before? I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Because they're usually very abstract, like the fluted, they had the Rolex. They had kind of weird stuff. They never had like nature or some kind of imagery, I think.
You can
I
take it
remember.
on a hike through the jungle. That's what it's meant
Yes.
for.
Yes. Yeah, I'm right. My memory is correct. Rose gold and blue. Yep. On the rose gold on the rubber. I thought it was on the leather, but I guess you can put it on anything you want. Uh, I've seen the Space Panda actually for sale. I've seen one on Chrono 24 for 100,000. Although I don't know how true that is. Tim, do a 3-month hike in a two-tone Explorer. I'm telling you, I one day I'm gonna give away the Explorer One at $100,000. I'm sorry, at 100,000 subs, and I'll replace it with the two tone.
I
I
think
feel
that
like
two tone looks good for like an active duty military person.
this one right here.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's such a cool two tone.
you can take it all over the world. You know,
Tim, do you know? I don't know, but I do love muffins. Ron the Shrink, what am I doing with my life? You're the Shrink. You tell us. Uh, David is it you who left comment on Yelp for the new AP boutique at the South Coast Plaza? No, never have been. There you go. Uh, I think you have to keep the OPs in the discussion. The thing is, the OPs were released in 2020 in September, so they're not part of this list. We're talking about 2021 exclusively. See, the thing is, we had two Rolex releases like side by side. September 2022, sorry, 2020, and then 2021 in March. It's like 6 months later. It's kind of wild. I'm watching a Ukrainian talk about watches I can't afford. It's all about someday, man. It's all about someday. Joe Kramer, what's up? Welcome to the Dank Train.
Hey, what's going on, Tim?
Hey, we're talking about best watches 2021. We're starting
Okay.
out with Rolex. So, Joe, what are your nominations for number one Rolex watch of 2021? My choice was Space Panda, followed by the two tone Tim.
So we're basing this off the newest release, right? Newest
Yep, the
releases.
only Rolex is released in 2021.
Okay.
I gotta go. I would have to hand it anything OP. Considering
OP,
that
there were no new OPs in 2021.
2021.
That's
Oh,
2020 release, September 2020.
oh yeah. I guess you're right. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
It runs
time
all
passes
congruent. I
passes
guess.
really quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. 20. Well, I guess from a watch enthusiast point of view, not that I'm a big watch enthusiast myself, but I guess it would have to be the Explorer One going to 36 mil. A lot of people got pretty excited when it went back to its original size. So I think that
Yes.
would be. I think that would have to be
And you would say the
a
steel or the two
considerable
tone?
mention. Steel. A lot of people hated the two
Steel.
tone, and
Yes.
it's more of like a woman's watch. The size is there, the two tone color is there. Judge me if you
Yes.
will, but it's more. It comes off as more of a woman's watch, in my opinion.
Well, listen, I do try to coin the nickname Wonder Woman for the two tone
Ah,
Explorer One.
Tim. I cringe at just even hearing that.
Why? Why?
Nah, it doesn't. Nah, that sounds
There's
awful.
not enough female superhero representation in the watch world. I'm sorry.
Fair enough, but no, don't call it the Wonder Woman. That sounds awful.
Alex says, "Is Tim rich? No wonder he can afford 6 Rolex without working full time." Just to answer that question, no, I'm not rich. I'm actually broke as pocus, and the only reason that I'm able to afford 6 Rolex is because that's the only thing I kind of spend my money over the six past years of my life.
I
So
mean, at the end of the day, wristwatch holic, how can you not afford a Rolex in these times? Like that doesn't you make money on them instantly as you swipe your card. So
I had to do it. But there's also, there's you can only expend so much money until you're at the limit. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
Like
But to be fair though, like half the battle is finding them, and then finding them at a legitimate price.
yeah.
John
You can't
Gold,
make money
Tim
if you're
is cash
overbuying it.
poor, Rolex rich. Exactly. I am cash brokers pocus. Speaking of cash, humble pie and best Rolex, whichever one you can get in 2021. Hello, Marcelo time.
Hey, I talked to my wife. We that we're going to get 2 apartments free from your 50-story building in
From two of my
Manhattan.
apartments that I own, you'll get two of my apartments. Yeah. Apparently, guys, my family owns a building, 3 apartments, and I
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to find out what building you live in, Tim, because $1,500 a month is a bargain.
It was 1,000. It was 1,000. But when they fired me from the job, like, imagine like my parents are such assholes. Not only did they fire me from the job, they also at the same time raised my rent by $500. It's such a dick move.
Life is hard, Tim.
And you know what? And then you know what my mom does then? On Thanksgiving, she brings me turkey and says, "Here, happy Thanksgiving." Like, get the foot. What? It's annoying, man. My parents, I don't get it. I
So
don't get it.
your parents own
It's the tough love. It's the tough love, you know.
like a handyman business, like they
No, no,
paint
no. Adult
stuff.
daycare center.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah.
So
you like
retirement
watch
home then.
But
kids
it's
from
not like
time to
they don't
time?
even own it. They don't even own it. They have like a stake in it. It's just it was 4 or 5. Whoa. Wait, somebody was trying to join?
Marcelo disappeared.
Oh, okay. No big deal. Oh, he's back. It was 4 or 5 people,
Yeah,
and they
sorry,
already
sorry.
had to sue the other two because they were like stealing money from the business. Because it's like Russian people, they're drunks and they're thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of 4 people who originally started that business, uh, 2 have been sued and fired from the partnership. It's just
Shit.
yeah.
Would you ever go back and work with your parents at all?
No, I don't think so. I think that relationship is done. It's not like
Now
working with the
the
AD.
the
There's no
money's too
benefit
good
to
on
it. You don't get the
YouTube.
Rolex at the end of the day. Sorry, you're saying? Oh,
Hmm?
okay. Okay. Marcelo, do you have connection? Okay, it doesn't look like he's connected.
I'm good. I'm coming soon.
Listen, we need your top pick, top two picks for the Rolex's top two Rolexes from the 2021 release. And Joe, you too. Joe said his number one pick was the Explorer One. What about your second pick, Joe?
No, I'm thinking about it here.
Okay, think
Second
about it.
pick. Um,
Yeah, we
I
got
think the Datejust would probably because
Palm Fronds.
no. Everyone except the Palm. I think that one was a bit of a ridiculous one.
Is
But
it
I
the
think
fluted?
yeah, I think the fluted one with the kind of what would you call it? Kind of dial, like the honey. It's not really a honeycomb dial.
It's the fluted because that's the exact same pattern that's on the fluted bezel.
Is it that? Is it what that?
Yeah.
Is that what they officially call it? There we go.
Yeah, look. You see it?
I
Look
think
at the
those are actually
pattern
kind of nice.
and look at the bezel. This is way better than the the Rolex dials
Yeah.
from the before. They
Right.
discontinued
I think
them.
my
kinda
pick,
like that
my
type
pick
of
for this
dial.
year
It's
would
modern.
be this one, the one that my wife got actually with the rose gold and the I'm going to show you guys the watch.
Rose
That
gold and
watch is,
fluted.
yeah, that is definitely my pick. And the second one, I guess, is the Space Daytona that nobody can ever get, including me.
Well,
So
let's see if I can try to get one. I'm gonna
if you
try.
get the Space Daytona, you're king of the world, man.
King of the world. Wow, that's
Yeah, this is. I'm going to show you my wife watch. This is actually the pick for me of how we say the affordable style of a watch that I would
uh-huh.
probably would. Actually, I would love to own this watch. I mean, the thing is for me is a little bit small, but you also have the 36 millimeter Explorer, so I think you can handle it with this watch, right?
Let's see. Let me bring it up here. Yes.
Look at that.
Oh, is that
This
rose?
is
That's rose gold. Oh, okay.
this is rose
Fluted.
gold with
Fluted
this
Jubilee. Fluted.
with the rose gold markers and the dial you have is not like champagne dial. It's kind of I wanted to
It's
say
fluted.
silver. It's flooded silver, but you know
Fluted
what? It
silver.
look
Yeah.
horrible in the camera here. I mean, you guys need
Yeah,
to
the
see this
camera.
in
I'll bring it.
person.
I'll bring it up on the Rolex website. I'll bring it up on Rolex
You're going to
website real
freak
quick.
out when you see this.
We have a super chat from Humble Pine. $10. Gotta run. Have a good stream, Humble Pine. Thank you so much. I
And this
really
watch almost
appreciate your
double its
support.
price.
Well,
I
what
mean,
size
this
is it?
watch
Whoa,
it's only 36. They do this
hey,
only in 36 with this dial
36.
so far.
Hey, we got new. Look at this. There's new video for the Datejust. That's the new like intro. Looks
Really? Wow.
pretty impressive, right? Wow.
You prefer the
My wife is
36 or
crazy about
the
this watch.
41?
Oh, you know what?
You're
41.
crazy about this watch. Not the
Look at the
crazy
blue
Janai.
one. That looks freaking
Yeah, that's
sexy.
deep blue.
Like it's
Wow.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's well balanced. I think.
Ah, yeah,
Right?
this rose one.
Okay,
See,
okay.
that one, no, in the
Right here.
yeah, this one, this
Yeah.
one, but
Holy cow, Marcelo!
but not like this with the
I know. With the fluted.
yeah, but that's color, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we
no,
get it. We
I
get it.
think
It's
that's
pretty
a
cool.
modern take on a shall we say an older model. You know.
Yeah, it's
Like, it's always
a
been an older
modern
classic
remake
look.
of the vintage.
There you go.
It's incredible. Actually, so I have I'm holding on to one of these for a friend. Supposed to I should make a video about it real quick because he's gonna be in United States anytime, so I'm gonna have to give it back. But so I've got this one. I'm holding on to it for him. This thing. Oh, wait, sorry. With just regular dial, not a fluted dial. These are actually fluted dials. Actually, quite valuable and hard to get. But man, the way that they just has been really cleaned up in the 41, it wears. The 41 actually wears like 39. But the 36 is great as well. There's not I would actually I prefer the 36 on the on for men, the 36 should be on the oyster. For women, it should be on the jubilee, like Marcelo went.
See, I still
Okay.
think the 41 is still a 41 in the Datejust, given
Oh,
my
but the way it's
tiny
cut.
chicken-like wrist. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I still think it's well balanced, but I still think it wears like a true 41.
I feel like
Mm.
the 41 is to me it feels bigger than a Submariner. Like
Yeah,
not
in a way, like it's dialed. It just seems bigger girth-wise, or not girth-wise,
yeah,
width-wise. There we go.
with what? Yeah.
Well, look, I have one. 1 second. Here, I'll show you.
Oh,
1 second. Look, so I got one here. So this is a Datejust 41 with the champagne dial, two-tone. Okay, let me show you what this wears like. Actually, I sized it for my wrist. Uh, just temporarily. What do you think?
That
actually,
looks
looks a
pretty
little
good on your
small on
wrist.
your wrist.
And that's 41. That's
Yeah, but
41.
Timmy, you have a fairly large wrist, though, right? I mean, anybody who can pull off an Explorer 2 has a fairly large wrist,
Yeah.
right?
Explorer 2s, that's like 42 millimeters, right?
Look, I'll show it to you side by side with the sub, with the new sub 41.
Because I remember trying on a 41 mil one time. It was the mother of pearl one, and it looked way too big for me.
Yeah, that date just looks wider. I don't know if it's because of the bezel on it.
I think, yeah,
But
yeah, it might be the bezel where the dial just looks deceptively larger, I guess.
yeah,
So what do you think? Which one? Which one is
which one do
better?
I think looks better? I think the date just looks better, to be honest with you.
That I'm telling you, the people underestimate how amazing these Datejusts are. They're thinking that the steel is the thing to go for. While this might be more difficult to get, this is a lovely
Makes
thing.
you look sophisticated, Tim.
Needed. It does. It is. It's such a classy. Look how it looks like. Hey, that's a prime target to rob. Like if I had a cube in here with everything, it would look freaking amazing.
You have a good point.
You know what, Tim? You know what kind of vibe that gives me on that watch, that
Yeah,
date just there? Makes me
yeah.
want to pop a big old bag of popcorn, put on my slippers, and watch the Wheel of Fortune.
So weird. Okay. Anyways, I have to be really careful with this watch. This is.
Tim, you need to buy a Datejust. That looks actually pretty good on your wrist.
I told you guys.
Jokes aside, I think some date just as I grow old in my age, you know, you know what? I think some of the date just actually do pop. If I remember right, the Wimbledon got pushed to 36, right? This is the first
Yeah.
time for Wimbledon to go 36.
Yeah.
I think
Actually,
I think
Wimbledon
that looks
is
good
now
at
on
36 mil.
36 as well. It used to be exclusive. Just 1 second,
Right.
guys. I'm sorry. I missed the super chat here from Hamza. Torn between Oyster Perpetual 36. What is the EP? 36.
Oh, I'm dead.
Explorer.
For my next.
Probably.
A what?
Probably an Explorer.
Oh, Explorer 36. Your opinion. Wow.
I'd say OP36 all the way.
But no, he's saying next. So I think next. I think 36 Explorer. I think he means EX, A Explorer 1. Yeah. I would definitely go for the Explorer 1. Because Explorer 1, it has brushed center links and it has a safety clasp at the end. Oyster Perpetuals, they don't have that. They have just they have the clasp that opens up straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the safety clasp and the 369. It is just beautiful, beautiful watch.
The thing about the Explorer, the new 36 Explorer is versus
Mhm.
the OP. I tried on the 36 Explorer and they had a Tiffany dial in the AD for
Mhm.
Expedition, and
Mhm.
the Explorer looked way smaller than that Tiffany dial. I don't know if it's
Yes, it
because
does because it actually has a thinner bracelet.
oh
Explorer 1 36 goes from 19 to 14. Oyster Perpetual goes from 20, I believe.
mm.
So it has a wider bracelet.
I
So it
think
does.
that the 3, 6, and the 9 is just too. I don't know, that dial isn't big enough to fit all of that. Do you get what I'm saying? The piece hour hand. It's I don't know. It makes it
I
look
think the thing
smaller.
is you have to understand the purpose. Explorer 1 and Oyster Perpetual are different for different purposes. The Explorer 1, it's a sports watch. It's designed to be extremely robust and it's designed for activity. Whereas Oyster Perpetual, it's a dress watch. It's very casual. It's not, but that's why this doesn't have the safety clasp. It's not as legible as well. That 369, you don't understand. It makes the watch literally 3 times more legible. You glance at the watch, you're able to tell the time quicker than if you don't have it. So if you're like
Actually,
if you're doing something and you need to know the time, you're going to be more accurate with the 369.
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
As
some like
crazy as Tim sounds, he actually does have a point there.
yes. Lone Star now wants a Datejust. I'm telling you guys, the Datejust, the old and like worn out Datejust, they do kind of look like a bit of an old man watch, but that thing it's pretty sick. SLC watch collector need a chain to wear with it. Yes, it would actually look a chain or two would look really good. Two
That
chains,
date
Bruce
just makes you look
Wayne.
like you own the building now, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, it would actually, you know what? If I was wearing that kind of watches, I would look like I own the place.
Tim needs a set
Two
of gold teeth with that Datejust.
grills, the grills. Alex, two-tone, they just looks expensive. Yeah, I think it was like 14 grand. 14,000, that's expensive. Think about it. I paid 10 for the sermon. I put 10 on the sermon and it doubles in price. Whereas that thing, 14, but it's not going anywhere. It is psychologically, I wouldn't be able to spend the money.
Tim,
It's
can
just the
you could
only
you do me
reason.
a
Huh?
what were you saying? Yeah,
Oh,
go on.
Yeah, the
What were you
only
saying?
reason I had the guts to put 10,000 onto my credit card for the Summit was because I knew it is worth more on the secondary market. It gives me a peace of mind that
Exactly.
otherwise I wouldn't be able to stomach that.
Could you do me a favor? Could
Yes.
you pull back out that just and compare it to the Daytona?
This Datejust?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean my Datejust? Oh,
yeah,
the no, that Datejust.
yeah. The
Yeah.
two tone and compare it to the Daytona since it has like a polished center links.
Okay. Actually, like I have a Daytona right here. It's next to me. Talking about this like that.
Like on your wrist,
Oh, okay.
basically.
So, oops.
What looks better? Hmm.
Okay. So, this is
The
the two
Daytona
watches.
is the Daytona is like kind of freakishly small, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
like even the
it's
Datejust looks
tiny.
bigger than the Daytona.
It's tiny. Okay, let's put the Daytona on. Oh shit, I'm gonna drop this thing or something. Okay, so this is Daytona. It is kind of, if I have to be careful not eat too much because you see that it is my wrists are not even that big. Okay,
Yeah.
let's put on this thing real quick. So
Let's see. Uh, Daytona pops a little bit more with
it's the
the
contrast, but But the gold, it doesn't look that bad.
I would rob you in the gold for sure.
Yeah.
Well, at
I'm
least you're
definitely
honest.
being up your alley
Hey,
for that,
I
for
would
that
be.
day
I
job.
would actually. I would be afraid for my life wearing this,
Right.
walking down the streets of LA, or even going to Brooklyn, going, you know, have drunk in Manhattan. 03 just RX $5. Good evening, gents. I have a black Daytona. C. What does that mean? Ceramic, black Daytona ceramic, and a bad girl on the Jubilee. Very nice. Sell my Omega first in space. Omega first Omega in space. Speedy for something else. Thanks. Uh because
Okay,
yeah,
do
it
it.
is first Omega in space. If you have a Daytona, it is kind of a repetitive watch. Um, what do you think? Does he should he get the Holy Trinity? Should he get the Sermon? Because someone was telling me like that is the Holy Trinity of Rolex: the Sermon, the Daytona, and the GMT Master 2.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Tim, you
right.
should
I
do a
think,
live stream in Baltimore with that Datejust.
dude,
Oh my god.
it's a dude. I mean, the gold, it actually has power over you. It makes you a more vicious person. Mm.
I guess
Fuck
that's
my life. I think I like the Datejust over Daytona. What? That's freaking wild.
but I think that's
I'm
why we
telling you. I mean,
appreciate the stainless steel models is because it's not that flashy. And it looks good, but it's not flashy to get robbed. No.
yeah, the Daytona. See, I was wearing this one. I was surrounded by tents. I was going through Tentville in LA. I wasn't afraid that someone's gonna attack me and take the watch. That's why I don't own stuff like this. It is in fear. I am a bit in fear.
Like if I knew
Nub
nothing
gunner.
about watches, I like if I saw you with the Daytona, I would leave you alone. But like if I saw you with that Datejust, definitely, I'm stomping you out, Tim. I'm ripping that thing off your wrist.
Hey, that is. I've seen actually a guy at I was getting, what was it called? Oh shit. I was eating some at some restaurant. Wasn't very expensive restaurant either. And I saw a guy with a two-tone Datejust. Man, that thing, it actually does it, like it draws your attention. All the sparkle, it's like it draws your attention to it. And whereas the steel doesn't do that. Oh no, design atelier. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. Yo. Oh my god. Tim, should I pick up the new Speedy? I think the old Speedy is okay. There's no need really to change to
Tim, I
change.
didn't know you met the guys there. Wow, you look amazing with the watch in the
Yeah. I
neck.
look gangster. Do I look gangster in the Datejust?
You
Yeah,
look spot
man.
on, spot on.
Yeah, your roommate has to watch out now. You might be bringing the girl to that Datejust.
Hell yeah. They see me in the
Actually, it
club.
looked it looked better than me with the dancing that I did. I needed to improve a little bit my ass movement, but yeah, I mean, we can do something together. You know, I can move my ass. You can sing.
Take it out
I
of
think it can
context. That sounds
work.
terrible.
Yeah. Actually, Alex says the return of the two-tone Tim. This is what happens when I go two-tone, guys. It's gonna be leveled up. I'm gonna be hanging out with the rappers. I'm gonna be hanging out with the boys. I'm gonna be hanging out with we're gonna be hitting the club. The club. Actually, when I wore my Explorer 2 to the club, I felt freaking like weird. I wasn't wearing the proper watch to a club. I should have been wearing my Pepsi. Yeah, like that. That's why I was hanging out with Drew and went to a club. And man, I felt awkward in the Explorer too, because it's such a undercover kind of piece.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, guys, Design Natalie. Thank you. It's Kanye. Kanye and Tip. Oh, it's so good. All right, guys. So my choice for the Rolex. I don't know if you guys want to keep talking about the Rolex. Uh,
Out of
uh,
curiosity, Tom,
yeah.
would you take that over the bluesy? Would you take a two-tone Datejust over a bluesy? It's more or less the same amount of money in a, shall we say, make-believe world.
Oh, right. It is the same money.
Pretty
It is
close.
the
So like
same
what?
money.
There's like $1,000 difference, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, it's a really good question. The bluesy. Mm. Damn. I think I'm what I think I'm a sports kind of enthusiast at heart, but actually I think you should get the Daytona in steel. Sorry, you should get the sub in steel and the Datejust in two tone.
Yeah. Actually, I don't like the two-tone bluesy, but I do like the all gold bluesy with the blue dial better. Um, I don't know how you feel about that.
The what? Say it again.
All gold bluesy instead of the two-tone bluesy with the blue dial.
Oh,
Uh,
I know what it is. You know, I mean, it's about as loud as you can get, right? Yeah, it's about to be about as loud as you can get as far as the Rolex.
mm.
I think the Jubilee in two-tone looks better than um, two-tone oyster.
That is actually such a oh man. Let me put these side by side because it is a freaking. I want the poll. I want actually people to give me a little vote. Remember, I used to have the bluesy in my house. I haven't made a video about it though. That's how busy I was. Let me show you real quick. Let's bring these two watches up onto the board and let's have some voting. Here we go. So which one, guys? Vote one for the Submariner date. Oh, and look at the price difference. Actually, that's 14,300 versus 11 cents, a $2,000 difference. So vote one for the bluesy Submariner and vote two. Oh wait, that's a 36. 1 second. Actually, the price is not going to be that different then. Boom, right here.
You'd still
These are.
probably be right at 2,000 by the time we figure in taxes and everything else.
Let's see. I think. Oh, it's 13,2. It's 13,250 actually. So you see that? 13,250. $1,000 difference. That's all. That's all it is. Bluesy or the Datejust, guys. Vote, vote, vote. Let's see it. It's probably going to be all bluesy.
Or if they made a
Wow.
blue dial in that Datejust configuration with the two-tone, that would look sick.
You know, I always kind of wondered. I mean, it would be. I don't think it would ever happen.
Mm.
But you know, like on the chronograph, how it had the red second hand. I was kind of wondering if they'd bring that back, or if if you could customize the option of second hand on your Datejust. I feel like that would
Yeah.
be. I feel like not that the Datejust needs any help getting sold. It's just I feel like more people would glide towards the Datejust if they could kind of
Well, I mean,
customize it a little bit more, rather than just keep it an old traditional classic.
listen, I think if you look here, look at the chat. No one is saying Datejust 41. Just
Because they're investors, Timmy. They're investors.
Yeah,
They
from
want
a
to. They
non
want to be able to get
from
out.
if
the
I know
craziest
nothing
thing.
about watches, I would say the
By
Datejust
the way,
because
I want to
I
say
don't I would not understand what the hell is going on with that bezel and stuff like that. Like why are there numbers? Why like You get that if somebody's looking at it from nothing,
I'd probably
it's
take the
easy.
Datejust, honestly.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, because I already have the Sub and Yachtmaster, which now it's got me thinking about
Tim,
my entire
I'm
choice
going to
selection.
take a shower soon. I coming soon. Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I coming soon.
Listen, I think the thing is, because we're all kind of biased in a way, we're all a little bit too knowledgeable about the watches and the secondary over retail value. We know that this actually resells for at this price. When my friend got this, they had a waiting list. They had 5 people in front of him, so it actually took about a month and a half to get this. It's not that easy to get the two-tone with the champagne dial. These are commanding, not I wouldn't say premium, but they sell at retail on the secondary. Okay, now this I think actually sells for 20, even maybe 19, maybe 20. Now, but that influences us. We can't separate that. But I think, if I were to show these two watches to non-watch people on the street and say, which one do you think is better? I actually think most people would go for this, for the Datejust 41.
Right. It's iconic. It's what
Yeah.
it's. If you ask the
Every
common
airport.
civilian, they think Datejust or Day-Day. Maybe
Yeah.
probably a good healthy amount would say Sub, but it's primarily Day-Day and Datejust when you ask the
This one
civilian.
kind of looks like Invicta. This
Yeah.
Invicta in this color
Right.
combination is so popular. Most people would just think that this is Invicta. Whereas that bezel, every airport. I was at the LAX flying to JFK, landing in JFK. They got Rolex. They have Rolex clocks, and they got that fluted bezel on the clock.
And the Submariner looks gimmicky. Like if I knew nothing, I'm like, why the hell are there triangles and circles and rectangles in the face? Like it doesn't look serious as the Datejust does.
Right.
So
We're gonna be partying like it's 1999, guys. Just need some music in here. Heard this one.
not 1999.
That's what happens. That's what happens, guys. Yeah. But I'm telling you guys, I don't think even if you what happens, even if you get the Datejust, I think Datejust is not as bad as people make it out to be. Okay? That's just what I think. I think people are a little bit too afraid of the Datejust, whereas it's actually quite a cool piece. It's a cool piece, guys. I'm sorry. It's a cool piece. Joe, so you had your number one. You thought about what's your number two?
Yeah, no, that's like my two watches for Rolex for this year were the Explorer,
And the Palm Fronts.
Just nah, not the Palm. Like the Palm one doesn't
fluted?
make sense to me. Like, yeah, just be the flu. Like the Palm one, I think is disastrous in my opinion. It really does scream senior citizen.
Fair enough. Which brand do you guys want to move on to next? For the 2020 releases, I would go with IWC. What do you guys think? Is anyone in the comment section want us to go to their favorite brand? Or I don't know. Would you guys any brand? Let's see it. Whoever's the first one to name a brand that they want us to review, we'll move on to that.
Timex.
No Timex. Patek. Oh, that's a great choice. Yep. There you go. Thank you. Let's find Patek.
Right there.
Patek Philippe. Yep. And that's exactly. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh man. I gotta tell you, I'm quick on this one. I think 6119 from Patek. That's my number one choice. The remake of the Calatrava, beautiful. The choice is the question is whether go for the classic in the rose gold for me, white dial, or the modern black dial with white gold. And I think in the year 2021, it's the black dial white gold. That's just for me. Although, like, I do appreciate, I just think that it screams 2021. You look at the Vacheron Constantin and the way they're remaking tradition now. I think blacking everything out makes a dress piece that nobody kind of cares about. Like, dress watches are dead in 2021. But
Well, they've been
making
dead for
them,
quite some time.
yeah, but making them black, kind of modernizes them, I think.
If anything, more universal.
Yeah, it
Black is
makes them
always
more
the best color,
wearable,
no matter the
and
brand.
because you can wear this with jeans, you can wear this with like with turtleneck or something, right? This just cool thing. And then number two, man, it's got to be the Tiffany, right? Or the just generally the green dial 5711. I think, yeah, I'll go with the Tiffany. I'm sorry, I would have to go unbiased. I think the Tiffany
So
killed it. I I'm just I just think Tiffany, like, yeah, I hate what it is, but I just look at, not, it's not the Tiffany. It's not about the the color of the dial and how whether it matches the hands and the movement on it, right? It's about
Right.
social media engineering, and it's how they advertise this watch that I thought was just genius. That's all. Like, it's not the craftsmanship. It's the craftsmanship of the media surrounding the piece. That's why I
Right.
think it's number two.
for me, I would say the baguette green dial Nautilus would be
Hmm.
my number one, and this green dial uh, grand complication, or is it just
You
a
talking
regular
about this one, the
complication?
perpetual
Yeah,
chrono, or
and I'd have to agree with you, Tim, slightly with the Nautilus. That green dial baguette, that's my favorite this year. I know
yeah,
you said that the Tiffany's yours. One thing that I can appreciate with these recent watches that Patek has came out with these years, I think they're really, I don't know how to phrase this,
dude.
but
You know
they're
what I
putting
think? I
Richard
you know what I
Mill
think? The
to,
green, as much as I love the green Paddock and
yeah.
the green with the baguette dials. Oh, sorry, with the baguette diamonds.
Hmm.
Do you know the craziest thing, that those models, they
Yeah,
were used to build up the hype for the Tiffany.
yeah,
They were just a stepping stone that would launch the Tiffany dial higher. Like, if Patek went from blue to
hmm,
Tiffany, it wouldn't have the kind of crazy social media hype of what it has now. It would
Right.
not be even close.
that is true. I never thought about it like that. That did prop it up a little bit.
Yep. It was complete. It was a misdirection. It was a beautiful watch. Let's be honest. It was a beautiful watch. Total misdirection by Paddock. And
I
it's
think.
like, when I reread Terry Stern's words, like, oh, before Paddock is discontinued,
Mhm.
and so he says this in 2020. He says, before Paddock is discontinued, it will have one final lap. And then, after those words, they released the green one, and everyone's like, that's the lap. If for 1 year they'll release the green one, that's the lap. But he was talking about this thing. He was, and it was complete. Oh my god! It was just.
Yeah,
It's just.
I think this really like shuts RM up a little bit.
Yeah.
Having these very expensive, like these are real timepieces with heritage and history, um, and people can now, I guess, shift their attention a little bit to something real that's very good.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
because this is 6.5 million. When you think of watches that cost millions, the only watch that you can think about that's new is Richard Mill.
Mm.
Nobody could turn to a brand like Patek in the past. That's something that's new. That's worth a lot of money.
The
Now's the
question
time
is,
to.
where 57 is going to go to 6711 from here, because like as SLC points out, the clasp on the Nautilus is garbage. Not only the clasp, also the bracelet. It doesn't have like all the other brands. You look, I was at the AP with the Humble Pine, and I got a chance to handle the Royal Oak offshore, and the quick change strap system they had on it, and it was just bloody genius. And it's built to such a higher standard, because and like 2 weeks before that, I was at the Wempe party, and there was a guy with the 5711, and in 5711 it's just a flimsy, flimsy flip lock with standard, just yeah, it's good, but it's like finishing. It's just not the same level. It's just it's not completely different standard, and it makes me wonder what is the 60, what will be 6711. Is it going to have the micro adjustment? Is it going to have multiple bracelets to swap around? What is it? Or are they just gonna take a break for a year and build up the hype of like, next year it's coming back? I don't know. It's all like Patek is going to surprise us all with the next iteration.
How long do you think that green dial will be in production for?
No, that's it. That's gone. By the end of the year, it's gone. The green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting discontinued at the end of this year.
Christ.
Both. This is getting discontinued, and the green one.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I would rather own this if I want to put millions of dollars in a watch than a Richard
And the
Mille.
next, you wouldn't want the new 6711 that's gonna have a micro extension built into the clasp. That's gonna have a rubber, leather, and Kevlar straps. You won't want the newest one.
I mean, if it happens, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is as good as we have it right now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Joe,
Yes.
what do you think? What are your favorite Pateks 2021? You heard our discussion. What do you think?
Well, to be fair here, I'm going to be straightforward and honest here. I don't really follow Patek that much. However, I do think the 5711 Tiffany is probably the best move because yeah, people hate it for obvious reasons and whatnot, but I like it because it pretty much shut down Rolex, right? It shut down the hype for the OP. Now, trust me, I mean, there's still plenty of hype for the OP, but I was telling my Rolex sales rep this. I said, now when people look at the Rolex OP, they always think of the AP. I mean, the Patek Philippe Tiffany Gold that sold for 6.5 million, and it's gonna make it's kind of gonna take some of the wind from the unofficial Rolex Tiffany, and
Actually,
to me
I think
that's
he's gonna
just
elevate it. I think he's gonna rise the.
You
It
think
makes the
so?
prices go up. Yeah,
Maybe, but to me it'll always be like if I in some
because
strange world, if
because
I
it's
own
gonna
the
be like,
Tiffany
hey,
Patek, and I see a Rolex guy have the OP official, Patek. I mean a
yeah.
Rolex unofficial Tiffany. I'm always gonna smirk at it because I'm like, yeah, mine's better than yours. I'm more superior. I mean, yours is just a wannabe, but mine's the
But
real deal.
it's like people can't buy Tiffany blue. So what is the next best thing that they can get? It would be Tiffany blue. Oyster Perpetual. The next best thing. That's Tiffany blue 5711 on the budget. And
And at
all
the
of these
same
watches that are
time,
on the
though,
budget,
like
they're lifted. Look at the Zenith Chronomaster Sport.
right.
Right? What happened to it? Everyone's accused everyone accused it of being kind of a homage of a Daytona, but that's what kept the prices of it kind of going up,
Yeah, I
right?
don't know.
Like,
I still think like I think truly AP. I mean, excuse me, I keep saying AP. I still think Paddock got the last laugh on it because I don't know. It's just it put a knife in my opinion in Rolex's back because I'm sure Rolex reps are looking at it saying, damn, that sold for 6.5 million. That could have been us. It's kind of humorous to me, and yes, it creates a bunch of controversy. It gets people talking, and the old saying, no publicity, there's no such thing as bad publicity, and especially with Patek. I think Patek set out to do what it wanted to do, and that is get the world talking about them. Even people who don't know watches, we're talking about Patek.
It's not master of engineering, which it is. Look, you look at this one, right? So side by side, you have the brand new Patek Philippe minute repeater, advanced research. That's master. This is like highest degree of craftsmanship. And then on the right side, the Tiffany, that is a social media craftsmanship. So they kind of got both. Where there's some brands they only have you look at for example, Vacheron. For the longest time, they were masters of just watch craftsmanship. They did not have that social media craftsmanship that's so important nowadays. It can basically make a watch there's no reason this Tiffany is cost $6 million. It costs $6 million because the name and the social media craftsmanship that was involved. Hello, Birminghard, sir.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, we're talking about top watches for the 2021.
You guys are talking about the top dog, huh?
The top dogs, the Patek Philippe. We already spoke about Rolex, but we're talking about now we're talking about Patek Philippe. Actually, I'm gonna ask you about your top Rolexes. I'm thinking Doxa Tiffany Blue. The carbon one.
I actually seen that one, and I think it looks okay.
I held it in my hand. It's
is it cheap garbage, Tim? Is it garbage?
Yeah.
Is it not luxury?
Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but it's cheap garbage.
I think
the Doxa. I mean, you got to have some leeway there.
So you'd get the Doxa. I think the Doxa 300. So there's a Doxa 300 that's in Tiffany Blue, and there was one that actually went for sale.
Talking about this one.
No, that's the 200.
Okay.
So the 300 has the cushion case.
Yeah.
200's a little bit cheaper, but even for these, even watching them on the secondary market, these ones got a pop from Patek.
Maybe, yeah, because it is a kind of itching the scratch.
And we should clarify. So everyone calls these Tiffany Blue, right?
Yeah.
But Tiffany has the patent on that blue. So it's the late 90s. So it's a proprietary. It's an owned color.
Yeah.
Companies can't copy it exactly.
Actually, the Q-tips. Q-tips.
You mean cotton swabs?
Yeah. Yes.
Q-tip.
Q-tip on Q-tip's box, it says that these are cotton swabs. Because they have to say it, cotton swabs, because they will lose the trademark for Q-tips if the word becomes popular to the point where it's referred to in nature, like Xeroxing something or send me Xerox. If people say that and it becomes just a generic term, the brand will lose its ownership. And that's why if people keep calling this Tiffany Blue, I think they might lose the patent.
But the brands themselves won't call it Tiffany Blue because
they won't.
They'll get sued.
Right. They'll get in trouble.
But that's what's interesting, right? When Patek comes out with that the 5711 in Tiffany Blue, some people were like, "Oh, you're just copying Rolex," and it's kind of like, wait a second, this wasn't Rolex's color though. This was Tiffany & Co.'s color. And then when the Patek sold for so much at auction, more than what a lot of people were thinking, you see the price of the Rolex now shoot up. And so I think it kind of solidifies that Patek is still king, I think.
Yeah.
To be fair though, there's been a couple brands that released Tiffany Blues, like the Oris Cotton Candy, whatever they call it. There was a Tiffany Blue released there.
But Oris did that after Rolex did it.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that was kind of like a response to Rolex. Doxa, they've actually had these before Rolex. So Doxa has been known to have bright orange, the bright color and they're dive watches.
I'll tell you this: Tiffany, they will never sue Rolex because I think because if they lose the lawsuit, they lose it forever against everyone else. It's going to be open season. That's why you don't see too many brands going out and making watches with their type of kind of dial, because I think they're afraid of being sued by Tiffany. Because actually, if someone brings up a case, let's say a lesser brand, let's say, I don't know, Oris, let's say. Let's say Oris makes a Tiffany blue dial and they get sued by Tiffany and Tiffany wins the lawsuit, then Oris is screwed. But I think the way Rolex does it is that they probably have the case already lined up. They already know how they would fight something like this. Their lawyers kind of ready for it.
Mhm.
And Tiffany kind of knows that Rolex is probably going to be ready for it. And they will not sue them because they know.
Well, I don't think and so the actual paint formulation, if I can remember, it's protected. So brands can kind of try to copy it, but they're not. Like I said, Rolex isn't calling it Tiffany. It isn't calling it a Tiffany dial because they probably don't want that lawsuit. But when the Tiffany dial OPs came out, so my local AD, they were taking pre-orders for almost like a week, right? Where you could actually pay, and you were, you've paid, but then as they get them, they were going to allocate them down this list. And I guess they have a relationship with Rolex. Sometimes they do it with Tudor too, only on certain models where they're able to accept payment up front, and then they're able to allocate so many off of a list. And I initially thought, number one, like my wife really likes that color. So I was like, okay, it's kind of feminine. But number two, I actually thought, I was like, you guys are trying to copy Tiffany & Co., which is in the same strip of the mall that my Rolex AD is at. And I was like, dude, guys, you know what I mean? Like I almost thought less of Rolex. Like, man, you guys are like this is like a homage almost. You're stealing the color from the jeweler right across the hall, which is more expensive. It's like a more premium boutique. So
I also think if you took some kind of a color scanner, you check them against the Tiffany blue, it would be 1 point away from the Tiffany blue, right? The mixture would actually they will be able to prove in court actually this color is almost identical, but not quite.
Well, I'm
but
sure that was
measured
the
we
point,
scientifically measure the color. So Pavel, $5 super chat. Birmingham Hard. Bobby Ferguson wrote a letter begging legislature for a high cap magazine ban. Are PMags the new Rolex? Also, welcome Jirapal.
What's up, Drew? Dude, so I will say, when we have a attack team that ended up getting all PMags. So it's a Magpul product. So it's a polymer magazine for AR-15 style platforms, and we had within the first year about a 10% failure rate on the PMags, but we're pretty rough on them. And then after that, I guess they've reformulated the plastics, but now they last really well. So I'm a big proponent of the PMags. Bobby Ferguson, not so much a fan of.
Okay.
So
hey, Finchy time background LEDs are set to Tiffany blue. Yeah, mine's are kind of Tiffany blue, but they in the camera they show up a little bit different. So Birmingham Hart, your top two watches from Patek Philippe for 2021. And also, people in the chat, I want to know your answers. What do you think? What's the number one Patek and what's number two Patek? Vote now. For me, just to quickly summarize, if you didn't hear, did you hear?
Now did you say the 5711?
Yep.
So they did it in green and in Tiffany though. So is that 1 and 2 or
no?
I said you bunching those two together. So I think that was pretty big news for.
Yeah, I'm bunching those two together because I think the Tiffany 5711 just used the green one as a stepping stone to jump to a higher height. Whereas, and now, so my number one, I think, is the 6119 in black, because it's a reimagining of a classic Calatrava for the modern age. I think this is what Patek Philippe is strongest at. This is what watchmaking. But also in number 2, I love the social media engineering that they did in the Tiffany. What about you?
You want to call it social media engineering, huh?
Yeah. So like, there's craftsmanship. There's a watch craftsmanship, right? Where a watchmaker sits down and puts together the watch, finishes it by hand, and then there's a social media craftsmanship where a social media expert sits down with a chisel and makes a perfect sequence of words to market a watch and sell it for $6.5 million. Fuck me dead.
So I wonder if this is like, if this was really Patek like doing the social media. When you think about it, like in hindsight, it's always 2020, right? But when you think about it, like this year was the 170th year anniversary of Tiffany's partnership to
It's not 200 years. It's just
170
a random number. They could have picked any. It's a good small number though.
But on a year that they're discontinuing one of their most, if not most, in demand sports model,
they could have said.
I totally get being like, yeah, Tiffany, we'll let you.
They could have said. You know what they could have said? They could have said, we're making 261 pieces of 57 because that's how many parts there is in the movement. The only thing that matters is a number is small enough. It is a story. They picked a perfect story, perfect storm of quantity, and storytelling. It's right, Tim Wright, storytelling. I'm a storyteller.
All right. So
Alex, $5 super chat. Great watch talk without drama tonight. Let's keep it up all night.
Oh, we could make some drama.
Hey, you know what? There's also no super chat. So like, whenever there's no drama, there's no super chats either. So here you go. I mean, it's tough. It is. Listen, this is probably the most fun I've had this end of the year kind of discussion, man. And we didn't even get through two brands.
So getting back to the two watches though, I'd say the whole Nautilus changes, right? The changing of the color. And it's awesome that Patek is willing to like kill their darling, so to speak. Yeah. Right. Well, it's like, hey, we're Patek Philippe.
That's all part of the story. That's part of the story. That's part of the story. They're saying we're killing the darling.
They're almost making it being like, stainless steel sports models, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then they came out with the 5905. So I guess that would be my second one, which is that green dial. It's in steel, integrated bracelet, flyback chronograph. So I would maybe say that one was interesting that they came out with another one, and I would be more apt to purchase that one just being that it's in steel and I'm not a real precious metal guy.
Wait, where is it? Which one are you talking about? Which one did you say?
It's the 5905.
5905. 1 second. Finchy, 2 pounds. Thanks for the wrench, Tammy. Wait, I don't know. 5905.
It's actually no, like right in that last image. It was up in the upper right corner. Go back and
that
up
one.
In your upper right.
This
one
is
all the way on the left. Yep, right there.
It's a flyback. I just had no idea.
Yep. So they did. They released these 3 ones, and I thought that green, on the
this
left,
one right here.
I think that would be.
I thought it was 5205. Oh, it's because it's with the chronograph. It's 5905. Oh, okay. Got my references wrong. 59. Oh no, it's 5930.
No, that's
maybe it's
a different one. Yeah, that's
this one. Oh wait.
Yeah,
5905. You're right. 5205 is without the chronograph. Okay. Wow. Cool. Oh, we got Lone Star.
Buddy, I heard we're talking about watches.
We're talking about watches.
We're talking about.
We love watches. This is what we're here for.
We're not talking about watches. The game. We're talking about watches.
We're not here to talk about drama. We're here to talk wrist watches. When everyone's asleep, everyone who's interested in drama is right now asleep. So we can have a lot. We got basically another 2 or 3 hours here.
We're talking about whatever people super chat about. That's what we're talking about. Tim's running a business here.
Hey,
let's not get it twisted.
Let's not get too crazy.
Wait a second. If Finchy gets a wrench, does he have 2 wrenches?
He's a double wrencher, double
Oh, God.
shister.
Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Power goes straight to
Yeah,
you.
by the way, what do you think about that? I took all the wrenches, all the wenches.
I know you stole my wrench, Tim.
Why did I
It's-
let you
see
keep
how it is.
one? That's a good question, Lone Star.
Huh?
No. Huh? What happened?
I'm not
Hey,
paying
Lone
attention.
Star, Lone Star. Also SLCs 5905A.
Yeah, it's a steal.
Ooh, this is the guy with the radio voice. ER recognizes you immediately.
Oh yeah. So I do recommend, by the way, if you're interested in some of the talk about the new Tiffany Patek, check out the latest episode of Hodinky Radio. They do a lot of talking about it, which I actually really enjoyed. They talk about how like LVMH has basically made it. They want to make Tiffany Cartier, right? Like they're trying to make, because Tiffany is this American brand that is very America centric. And
Tiffany is really dying. My wife actually complains about Tiffany, saying like where other brands raising the prices for Tiffany stuff has stayed consistent for the past many years. And she's like, that is, it sucks. For some reason, she says it sucks.
Wait. Say that again,
Yeah,
Timmy.
I like Tiffany
I'm not
Silver.
quite understanding. So they're not raising their prices, and she's complaining that they're not raising their prices?
Yeah, because what happens over time with the inflation, it makes the brand it cheapens the brand. It's almost like, because like, for example, when you buy a Rolex, let's say you bought a sub 10 years ago, over time the Rolex would the price would creep up by like 2-3% every few years, right? And what happens then, your watch sells for more than it used to. But Tiffany doesn't do that. They just keep the price for their stuff the same for the past 10 years. They haven't raised prices. So if you bought something from Tiffany, you kind of lost money, kind of psychologically in a way. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get what you're saying. At the same time, it seems kind of
like, I'll tell you
I
this.
feel like that would be a good thing. Like you're not raising prices, but I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like 5 years, I spent all my money. I had $5,000 to buy my wife that Chanel bag. It was $5,000, the classic flap. Now it goes for $8,000. You know, and she's like, oh my God, it's $8,000 now. Remember, we bought it for $5,000. We should have bought something else as well at that time because the price keep going up.
But Tiffany, so Tiffany is an LVMH company, right? So their own. So it is a for-profit business. I'm trying to think of some of the things that they're known for, right? So they obviously have like diamonds. A lot of their products are still. I'm seeing them in other places though. So like Sunglass Hut, right?
Yeah.
They'll have Tiffany and Co. branded sunglasses.
Yes.
In like a Sunglass Hut like store within a store concept, right? And where a Ray-Ban would cost, how much are Ray-Bans? Like $130, $150 for the Ray-Bans. Tiffany's frames are like $500. They're like the $499, like $495 price point.
But
so
Louis Vuitton sells frames for $1,000.
Yeah.
Chanel sells for $1,000. So like when you compare those, Tiffany seems like a cheap brand in some way.
Yeah, Tiffany, it's all about silver and diamonds, basically. And the silver, it's like cufflinks, right? Like they make pretty good cufflinks. They also the Commissioner's Trophy in baseball, and they also designed the Super Bowl trophy as well.
Oh, really?
Also the New York Yankees logo.
Lombardi trophy? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, those are all Tiffany.
Okay.
So like Tiffany, I mean, at this point, I think LVMH, I think at this point you almost have to now. I don't know if you guys know Matt Farah or are aware of Matt Farah. He's the smoking tire guy. He used to do the Watch and Listen podcast. His father is, I don't know if anymore because that was before LVMH, but I believe he was on the board of directors of Tiffany. I think he was a CEO at one point. So it was like really interesting to hear him talk about it. But that guy wore a Rolex, so. But no, I think at some point Tiffany's just going to wind up. I think it's a brand at this point, right? Like they're just gonna. It's going to become, and I think it's going to be better under LVMH. but
maybe I
It's a-
can't see it getting watered down though, right? Because then it's like, oh, you're gonna have like probably Luxottica made.
All I
frames.
want to
You know
do
what I mean? So
is
it's like,
I
ah,
want
now
to
they're
have
the
a
se-
breakfast
now
at
then the
Tiffany's.
frames. It's fine.
they
I want to
their
get their
watches-
breakfast. I heard it's great. I heard that the breakfast was great.
I don't know anything about their watches outside of Patek.
I have to make an appointment. Would you guys like to see that video, like undercover? I don't know if they love filming there, but maybe I would like Tim going to have breakfast at Tiffany's. What do you think?
Brunch with Tim.
Brunch with Tim. Brunch with Tim at Tiffany's. That
There
could
you
be
go.
cool.
Ratings gold.
Bruce G says Tiffany is a jeweler, not a fashion house. Maybe not yet. And Mustard Asian Hoarder says he's got a Tiffany silver pen. That's pretty cool. Cool. All right. So, Lone Star.
Yeah.
Your number 2. Nominate your top 2 Patek Philippe watches of the 2021.
God, I don't know Patek that well, to be honest with you. I just
Just look at the images and tell me, oh, that's the blue one in the center or that one on the right side. These are
right.
this is a
Sweet.
list of
Pick the
everything that
Nautilus.
came out.
It's a safe
I
bet.
do. Patek for Dummies, Tiffany
Mhm.
Nautilus, and
Number 1
yeah,
and number 2.
not that thing to the left of it, even though it's cool.
Ooh. It's a
The
minute theater.
chronograph on the right in green.
Oh, the 5905.
Yeah,
This one
yeah.
right here.
I
Very
love that
cool.
one.
I noticed nobody mentioned the new Aquanauts on the chronographs.
I like them, but I don't know.
You know what's really cool? The Aquanauts is the reimagined Aquanauts for the ladies. These
Those are cool.
are incredible. I mean, you look at this stuff, and yes, it's with the diamond bezel, but it's done in a really classy way. The bracelet is now integrated for the ladies. It used to be the bracelet did not go all the way to the edge of the case. Now it goes to the edge, and they made an automatic one. Look at this, a travel time for the ladies. It's just very, very cool. A lot of attention was. These are impossible to get, but still, it's very cool. The chronographs are beautiful. Love the green one. The green one is just gorgeous. But these are impossible to get. But I would freaking love to see the lady that wears one of those. Actually, let me go back.
So, how many years in your marriage would this buy if you got your wife one of these?
Forever.
6 months?
Forever. We died together.
6
We're gonna be. I'm gonna be called.
What the heck?
Like one of these, you look at, like, for example, this one. Look at this, the yellow gold with white. Basically, I would call the Undertaker, and I said, I want the plus casket that he said that Archie will need. I'll say we'll share one.
Ouch.
Premium
There you
package.
go. Yeah. But this is like it's impossible to get. Actually, oh, it's 50,000. It's not cheap.
Psh,
Yeah. Oh,
that's-
the white one. Look at the white one with those blackened numerals. Let me just make it bigger. It's so beautiful. Look at that. The contrast, and even the date, black on white, white on black. Sorry, white on black. Attention to detail.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I think I'm just gonna get my wife an iPhone for Christmas. I think,
I got on a wait list for a 31 Tiffany before it went crazy, so we'll see if I get one for my wife. We'll see. I don't know what my chances are. I think it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but you know.
Are you talking about your chances with your wife or your chances on getting the piece?
Oh,
wow.
They're both pretty much the same.
Oh. Guy.
Look at this. SLC watch collector's wife actually has the 5267. That's incredible.
Okay, SLC also
watch.
has like
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
I mean,
SLC's
he's got
wife. I think
the
he's
what's it called? What do they call it? the regulator dial Patek. I mean, once you buy one of those used to be dogs. So if you bought one of those, you basically can get any Aquanaut, anything. So he has the good relationship, and now they're really cool as well. The regulators, now you can't get those. So he got it probably at the time when it was hard to get, and now he's just winner, chicken dinner. That's just how it works. Let's see. Okay, which brand do we go to next? So, actually, let's just backtrack for 1 minute to Rolex, because Birmingham, and I want to know, Lone Star, your top 2 Rolexes for 2021, guys. Tell me. I went with the Space Panda, followed by Two-Tone Tim. Birmingham, let's do you first.
Oof. I don't.
Go and go.
They didn't
go.
Well, they
perform.
They didn't really. They haven't done a whole lot of groundbreaking stuff, though. You know, I mean, it's such an incremental thing. I think going back to the polished center link on the GMT Master 2s.
Yeah.
You know, having that as an option. I like that just because I don't know if it really helps like the flippers as much, and it gives a little bit more control to the buyer, right? Where and then yeah, and then I wouldn't, I guess, disagree with you with the meteorite dials. I mean, they started putting that in more models, so
I'm a sucker for Oyster Flex. So the meteorite on the Oyster Flex, which because literally my life, I would put anything on an Oyster Flex, including like a Richard Mille on an Oyster Flex, and then it would like immedially kill Timepiece Gentleman, but it'd be fine.
So how cool would it be? I mean, still on that topic, if one of the things I like about Omega is that they do sell. You know, you can get like a Speedmaster on metal bracelet. If you want to buy a leather strap for it, you can. If you want to buy a rubber that's, you know, custom fit for it, you can. Like, they allow a little bit more of that customization. It would be so nice if Rolex allowed people to purchase those other parts, right? Like if they would come out with an Oyster Flex on a Submariner, or
it would be
have that as a purchasing option. Yeah, they're going to charge more than $1,000 for it, sure, but I think it would be pretty cool if they started doing that.
It's like way over engineered to typical Rolex fashion, but I think it'd be awesome. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's not just rubber, right? So
isn't it like a bracelet with rubber?
Yeah.
No, actually, here's the thing. Not only is it bracelet with rubber over it, it actually to put on the bracelet, you have to take off the bezel. There is the way they attach it to the case is also like another thing that they did.
Oh, it's not just easy for you to take your spring bar tool and take it out. You're saying?
I don't think so.
It's hard.
It's not even easy in any case. I really hate that about Rolex. Is like, I bought a rubber B for my sub, and I haven't put it on yet. But I'm like, all right, well, I got to like mentally prepare for doing this. And then, of course, there's that time, and I don't know, anyone who's done too many changing of straps, there's like that time where there's point of no return, and it's like, oh God, here we come. It's like, all right, well, this end is off. Yeah.
Rohit R, Two-Tone Explorer 36 can be had from an AD. Look at the gray market. That's right. Actually, there's not much premium on the secondary. If you say the right things, you can probably get it. Although I don't know, there's no demand for it.
So Lone Star.
Yeah. By the way, my second favorite Rolex after the Space Panda is the One-Tone Tim.
One-Tone Tim.
That's right.
Yeah. So you go Space Panda and then One-Tone Tim.
Yeah, I love the new Explorer.
Look at that, change.
This thing for Rolex, right? If you're going to be doing a strap change on Rolex, definitely go with a pair of pliers.
Exactly.
What's the price on that thing?
So this one's not like a Bergeon tool. I think the Bergeon tools are usually about $150. This is another brand that's like $90. but
Okay.
you get extra pieces because these are really fine tips, and so they will bend over time. And to get like the Bergeron replacements, they're like $90, and this one it's like you get more than one set of tips. And it's made decently well, but it was from
pretty
like
cool. I need the link. I need the link for that. That would be
Yeah, I'm
pretty
really
cool to
because I'm
see.
really excited to try. Now it's the wrong time of year, so I'm not like in a
Yeah.
hurry to try it, but I really do want to try a rubber B. And I got the classic ones, so you can still use the clasp, which is what I'm really excited about.
Scott B. Tim, you can change the Oyster Flex without taking off the bezel. I don't think you can do that on the Daytona, though. I think on the Yachtmaster you can, but on the Daytona, I believe you have to take off the bezel. Okay. And Birminghard, you said what was your top two? Sorry.
For I think it was just going back to the Paul Centerlink, allowing a little bit of variation for the GMT Master 2, and then
GMT Master 2.
The improved dial options. I got
the
no
Datejust
problem with that. Well, they did that for the Datejust too. But I do think that Daytona is pretty sick.
It's freaking.
Not gonna lie.
For me, it's top of the top. I would. Oh my god! Someday. I hope. Maybe. I don't know. It would be next level. All right. Which brand do we go for next, guys? Just really quickly. Sorry. Let me make an announcement. Who wants to pick the next brand? We went over Rolex, our top picks, and Patek. Which brand do we discuss next? Come on. Whoever is the first one to tell me, we'll go for that.
What do you think is the
next
up and comers?
AP Vacheron. Oh, up and comer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Ming. Oh wait.
Ming. Ooh. Oh, there we go. IWC.
Oh, there's one Ming. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably VC, and I would say the Everest, and then what just came out? I'm like completely out of touch with this. I'm like the wrong person on this panel, and I do totally have a face for radio, by the way.
Okay, we'll go to IWC, and then we'll go to VC next. Let's see here. Actually, IWC had a really good year.
I can't believe the 43 is still this year. This is the longest year ever.
This year has been dragging its feet for so long.
So for me, the IWC is pretty simple. It's the 43, and then the green dial, chrono.
Wait. You talking about the
43?
You talking about the 43 Big Pilot or the Big Pilot, or you talking about the Pilot Chrono? Is it the Pilot Chrono?
The green Pilot Chrono 41. So the green version of that, I think.
Of this one, sure. Is it 41? I thought it was 43.
It's 41.
41?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the Le Petit Prince is
this one right here. This is your number one.
Yeah, that's That's my 2, and the number 1 is a 43.
Ah, okay, that's your number 2.
Yeah, and the number 1's the
Big Pilot
43. Yeah, the little pilot. The medium.
The big small pilot.
Smaller.
The Mezzo pilot.
The small big pilot. Sorry, it's the small big pilot.
Yeah, I love that piece.
I think I have to open up these websites a little bit different. I have to open up in the new tab. Okay. So you're saying this is number 1 right here in blue.
Yeah, and then the green of the one next to it.
The green on this one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting choice. What about you, Birminghard?
Well, I think those were the big releases for the year. So I don't see it like IWC is like, oh, they've released like so many models. Yeah. I still think that Big Pilot is still even a little big.
Oh, in the 43, it's still too big.
I think you're.
For me,
I think for a lot of people, you're right. I think.
I mean, I'm wearing. I like the 40 millimeter Explorer 2, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
You
got it on a nice strap too. Nice.
Just some delugs. Oh. But it's like I specifically like even smaller than the newer Explorers.
Subtle flex on the camera, guys. By the way, very subtle flex for being able to change cameras like that. Just very subtle. Like a
And for
curving
some of
heart
the
silk tool.
for some of the IWCs that I've
Yeah.
tried on, I've never owned one, but just trying them on, the onion crown is big. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
like for me, like I want to be able to just like, move my wrists all around without causing like any abrasion to the back of my hand.
Mhm.
And just that onion crown is
The onion, but that's what people are known for. The
I
onion,
know,
the
I know.
onion
That's
is
the
good
thing.
for health.
I get it, but I think that you have to, you then should compensate, right? So don't make it a 43 millimeter case.
You just
then
want
with his,
the sand. You want the meat without the veggies, and
That's
the
right.
onion is
That's
the
right.
veggies.
that's right.
I think you're probably right. I do think it's worth mentioning, and I think Tim, you found this out when you were at the what was it? You're at the boutique in Korea, and
Mhm.
like it turns out like they did a bunch of things with this watch, so it's much more competitive with say Rolex, like the
Yes.
screw down crown and the
Yes.
in-house movement.
Yes.
Like these are things
Quick
that
change.
like yes, and these are like things that are table stakes in a lot of other brands.
Also,
so like
glide lock.
yeah, and
I
it's
mean,
like
this
on the
watch
fly glide
is
lock.
like a head. It's going head to head, teeth to teeth, with a Rolex.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little expensive. That's kind of the problem in
I mean,
general.
nobody
with,
says that about Rolex. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's
yeah, but
8,400. Yeah.
well, so see, here's the thing: an equivalent
Well,
Rolex.
sorry,
Some people do. Some people.
it's 9,350. That's the
That's too
exact
high.
same price that of. So basically, here's the question. So look, this is literally, what would you buy? Would you buy this watch, or would you buy this watch? This is the same freaking price.
Well, one's considerably.
One's
Can I get
upside
one the
down.
right way up? Yeah, can I get it? Do I
Yeah.
have to get it upside down?
upside
Right,
down
right.
Rolex?
There we go. Sorry. There we go. Yeah. What do you think? What would
Yeah.
you buy? Do you go for the Rolex,
Yes.
or do you go for
Yes.
so much more technologically superior IWC?
I would go for the Rolex.
I don't know that I'd
100%.
say it's technologically superior.
The other
that
thing I
much.
don't really get about IWC is they don't certify their. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if you certify your accuracy, but it's kind of interesting they don't at all. But they are like carbon neutral and all that crap. But it's kind of it. I mean, what they're doing they're like they're the top.
You're not selling me on it.
Well, so they're like the most environmentally friendly watch company. It doesn't really matter, but I do think
you
the
could
CEO
get a bit of a discount though on IWC.
IWC is one of those watches that I'm always looking for. If I can find a local model, like a local good, like a Mark 18, right? Like Le Petit Prince, I would totally pick one up for the right price, right? And so if it's like, if I could get it for $3,000,
yes,
sure. But I think they're a great pilot's watch, but yeah, it's steep price new. They're moving in the right direction though. I think offering that big pilot in the smaller form factor.
Swiss says Rolex way. I think I translated that correctly. Better than IWC. Way.
In general, I think most Richemont brands are overpriced. So like IWC and Panerai, I think are the worst. I think Panerai is about 40% too expensive, and I think IWC is right about. I think IWC is a little better, but like Panerai, for example, like the Bronzo. I mean, good grief. I mean, if I'm gonna spend, any of those submersibles are $12,000.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just gonna get a Rolex then.
Yeah, I feel
Guys,
like IWCs are a little bit dressier though.
We have
than,
somebody
like, a
trying to
professional.
join the stream. I just want to see what this is all about. Fat Joe, hello.
Hello, everybody.
Wait, I think this is Marcelo.
I was
Marcelo?
gonna say, does he
I think
know?
Marcelo is playing a character.
Because this sounds like nothing like Fat Joe the rapper.
Shit.
Okay, it's Marcelo. Hey, Marcelo, welcome back.
I wonder who it could be. Who could this be?
He's boring. Fucking
My
shit.
favorite.
You've
My
nailed
favorite,
you've nailed the impression of Joe Kramer. Sounds just like him.
Look at the icon. What's the icon? I don't
That's
get
me.
it.
Oh no, it's
That's
not me.
you?
No.
Wait, no, that's not you.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not a skinny guy, but I'm not that heavy either.
Not that heavy.
No, I'm a
It's
little.
probably what I
think
look like without hair, to be honest, which is a scary,
That's not
scary
true.
thought.
That's not true.
Of a
Although it is
super chat.
funny when you're out drinking and your wife is like, I mean, your ex-wife or your whatever is like, Tim, you need to go to the gym.
Yeah, she tells me that all the time. Watch and pray $2 super chat. I wish I went coronet. I don't get it. Can somebody explain it to me?
Coronet's the
Coronet
crown.
would be the crown. So I'm guessing, did he go with the IWC and now he wishes he went with a Rolex?
Oh,
Would
he
be-
wishes he went with the
Yes.
crown, with the
back
Rolex.
when they were a little bit easier to get a hold of. And
Every time I
Oh,
lose, every time I move away from the crown, I regret it and immediately go back to the crown. And it costs me a lot of money, but it is what it is.
yeah, yeah,
it's a,
yeah.
IWC is a good looking watch though.
IWC
Right? Like for a
is
pilot's
great.
watch.
Yeah.
And I get it, right? They're gonna have that big onion crown because they're
Mm.
these watches were flight tools, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to manipulate your crown with gloves on.
By the way.
And so
Listen, it feels really good to play with the crown, to set the time and everything. You grab that big crown. It's like having a man with big package. It just everything just works.
What?
I'm just saying it's a different feel when you're holding it in. You're feeling like you're holding something substantial.
Guys, is anyone in Switzerland able to check on Peruka? I think he's unwell.
Wait. See, IWC big crown because they want to be like Rolex. Only Rolex is true crown.
Oh my god.
No, they
So-
have that. They have to compensate. It's like a guy, is it, or maybe it's like a guy in a big, in the Hummer, right? In the Hummer, driving in.
So that's actually one of the things I like about another thing that I like about the older Rolex Explorer 2s
Yeah.
is that the crowns are smaller than Submariners.
Mm.
Like they're more compact to the case than on my sub, and
Mhm.
I think it
Oh,
just lends
man.
to being more comfortable to wear.
I'll be
Oh,
honest, the Rodeo Drive perpetual calendars from IWC, I would get that. I would.
Enjoy my stream. 10 minutes.
Cool.
Oh,
Meteor died.
Marcel,
Show you Meteor died.
Marcel is
fuckers.
starting a stream a little bit later.
Yeah, that's that
You
one.
fuckers.
Apparently,
Talking
it's like
about this one right now.
super. Yeah, apparently it's like super
No
easy to
RNG.
set.
No RNG. Only team.
Okay, Fat Joe.
Why do
We'll
people go
say
after
I
Ari?
have a few more brands to go through.
Ari's like the nicest guy.
Ari's a freaking sweetheart. I don't know what the
He's a
what
legend.
was problem.
RNG is boring, asshole.
Fat Joe. Oh my god. So yeah, so this fully perpetual calendar is controlled by the crown.
Yeah. Well, because
But I would be afraid to do it though.
so it turns out the way these things work is pretty interesting. So basically, if you like when you set a day and a date, you always think of it as like, okay, you set the date and you set the day. Well,
I go to Archie. Bye.
Bye.
Well, so these perpetual calendars are designed. So, like today is Saturday, December 18th, 2021. So, if you're set to 2021, December 18th, this watch will say, it's like there's only one identity and it's going to be Saturday, December 18th, right? It won't ever be, you won't ever be able to set it to Sunday's December 18th because that's not a real day.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you basically it's
So
like if you
either scroll it forward or backwards. Can you scroll it back?
exactly, and so like if you set it like basically it's just a series of days, and those days have labels for
Idiot
them. and
proof.
that's-
Idiot proof, right?
I don't know about that.
Because-
I don't know.
For example, on a Rolex date, right? You set the date and then you set a day,
Right.
but those day and date they could make no sense. 'Cause
Right,
you could
whereas
set it to a way.
here,
Whereas here
you-
it's like it's already pre-programmed and you can only scroll forwards and backwards in the
exactly.
calendar.
Yeah, so
I get it.
that's what the guy. So the IWC AD near me is pretty amazing, and
Mm.
the owner is like was just telling me it's like the thing about it is to set it is super easy,
Cool.
and I
Interesting.
do shout out to L Majors in Austin, Texas.
By the way, guys, can we hit the upvote button? I would really appreciate if you're enjoying the stream, even just a little bit. Please help me out. Hit the upvote. I would really appreciate it. Yeah. So, and this is the new re-edition of it. One thing that I gotta say I don't like is the new chronograph. It's chrono. Yeah, it's a chronograph pilot's watch. It just freaking looks awkward.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it looks really awkward.
I don't
But
care
you know
for
what I like on it? I love the applied Arabic indices. I think these should be transferred over to a big pilot. That would look so freaking sick.
There's a the thing. So like, I honestly with the IWC, I want a new ingenieur, and I want them to bring back their old logo, the script logo. I think it looks amazing, where it says International Watch Co.
International.
Yeah, like release a they could do it in like the Portugueser, just like
Yeah.
make a Portugueser and have it say International Watch Co. across the top. I would just die. I would buy
That
it
would look
like, immediately.
freaking sexy. Yeah, especially on the engineer or the Portugueser, yeah. Because Portugueser is like a dressier watch. It looks just more correct.
Well,
Whereas
the
here the
Ingeneur
Arabics look
is just such a
gorgeous.
non-watch right now. It's nothing. It's a
They
Solita
ruined the
movement.
identity.
Yeah.
They ruined the. They need to basically reimagine it. You know, when they changed it from being a anti-magnetic watch, scientist watch, to a racing watch, it was like,
Mhm.
what the hell happened? You know,
Exactly. Who
they
cares?
spiked it
Yes.
up.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's there's still like a few watches in IWC's lineup where it's like the Aqua Timer is a cool, like kind of a unique design, but it's just such a pedestrian movement.
Yeah. So I gotta say, actually, I'm also a huge fan of this latest release of the Spitfires 43, with
Oh yeah.
just clean Spitfires without anything, no date, nothing, just simple. I like the bronze and I love the titanium. I would love to see this one in steel, personally,
Mhm.
but I think the titanium is the way to go. It's just I think the steel would be cheaper. I'm not a huge fan of date. I told you. I feel like these pilot watches, they shouldn't really have a date, in my opinion. It's like Explorer One. Look at this. This thing is so sexy. It's so expensive, though.
I don't like it.
What don't you like
Ooh.
about it? Yeah,
It's
what?
so
Why?
busy. It's so busy. it doesn't do it for me. It's just so busy. It's the same thing with the Omega Cronus scope or whatever it's called. It's so busy.
It's like, but it's like Air King. It's part of the charm. It's part of the charm. It just look at it, just gorgeous.
Yeah, but
However, like the only thing. So when I look, for example, so look at the price. So this thing costs $9,000. That's a huge amount of money. For 9,000, how much is this thing? The chronograph, the latest greatest. How much they charging for this one? Oh, actually, it's 16. Wow, actually, look at the back. It's
What?
manual wind chrono. Fuck me dead.
It's a lot.
Okay. Yeah. But let's see. Let's look at this one. The big pilot. The small big pilot. The small big pilot costs so it costs 9,300. So here, at least you get the icon. It was super iconic design. The blue dial with that thing. You get the bracelet. You get the open case back with finished movement. Right. You get the glide lock. Whereas on this thing, you get nothing of that. You get like hands that look cheaper.
Mm-hmm. They're the Spitfire hands.
Yeah, the Spitfire hands, they're not as well finished. The dial is just printed on the black mat. It doesn't look like it's worth a lot of money.
Mhm.
It's closed back, and it's just like, and it's on a leather strap. it's like, what the hell am I paying money for? How are these two watches same price? What would they? What? So, like, if this was $5,000, like, this would kill it. I
It's
think. This
totally, man. I mean, like, if they
right?
made Luminors that were 4K anymore, Panerite'd be great. By the way, do you want to talk about Panerite? Okay, they made
Yeah,
a Luminor.
we're gonna move. We're gonna actually, we have to hit the Vacheron, and then we'll
Oh, yeah.
probably go to the Panorama if you have time. Obviously, if you guys have the time. Okay, so for me, just real quick, I actually, like, I'm opposite of you. I think I would go with the blue dial Pilot Chrono as my number one. The Le Petit Prince without the Le Petit on the back, and then for the small big Pilot, I would go with the black one. Actually, where's the black one? I think the black one, because the black one, to me, it just looks like the proper pilot's watch, and I would prefer the black one. Look at the black one. Chef's kiss. Those are my two picks. Barbie Heart. What about you? Top two. Ooh, hard.
I think I'd just agree with Lone Star.
Lone Star. Oh,
Hell
the
yeah,
green
you
one
would.
and then the blue one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
I wouldn't buy either one. I wouldn't buy either one of them. Like
Really?
at MSRP.
By the way,
No.
you know the big Pilot, Chrono. Sorry, Pilot Chrono. You know, Alex Watchaholic, he got it for 6,000. So it sells for 7,000 something. He got it for 6.
I bought the blue dial on the bracelet, the 43 for 8. It wound up being a little too big for me. It was just a little too much. So I did flip it, and I think I lost like $400 on it. But
Ooh,
it is what it is.
$400. That's not that bad.
It's fine. You know what? Whatever.
Dude, I would have lost more on my Tag Heuer. I got my Tag Heuer for 2,350, and I was offered 1,300 for it. It was like, no, sorry. It was reselling at Chrono 24 for 1,300.
Yeah.
So if I was to sell it, they would have said like 800, $500 top.
Well, you've got so much money in Rolex.
Yeah, the real estate baron. I own a building. Wait, not
That's
a building,
right.
a block.
A whole city block.
Yeah.
New York.
So Vacheron.
Oh, it doesn't look actually on. Maybe it's just Hodinky, but doesn't look like there's much stuff here. Are we missing stuff?
Well, I don't think so.
Let's see.
Because I was going to go. Go ahead.
The overseas, right? Definitely the overseas limited edition. That's number one. And I think for me, actually, the latest Traditional with the open works. But what do you think?
I was going to go Traditional. I was going to go the complete calendar in white gold. And then I was going to go the split second chronograph. I like the Everest, but I don't know that it's particularly groundbreaking.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool. It's just
oh man. Look at this. It's actually soldered on. Interesting. And that is the blued hands. Oh, these images are really beautiful. By the way, I saw the Platine, the limited edition that Neo, hello humanity. Welcome to the show, Neo. The Platine that Cars and Chrono has, man, that thing is impressive.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Bless you.
That's
yeah.
Every time I see Neo, I want to be like, Mr. Anderson, welcome back.
Now you're gonna take the green pill or the blue? So the blue or the red pill?
Did they just come out with a new one?
No,
by the way,
or is it about to be released?
Yeah, 22nd.
By the way, I gotta tell you, every time I talk to non-watch people and I tell them about how Rolex resells used for more money used than new, it almost feels like I'm giving them a red pill. Because they're like, what? Like, they get their mind blown every time. Like, what? It resells for how much? And I could almost see like that that welcome to the Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
I think they're
Morpheus.
I find that they get more red pilled. People that like we're talking about non-watch people.
Yeah.
I think they get more red pilled just knowing how much the MSRP of a Rolex costs.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
because people are like, "Oh, that's a Rolex. Oh, those are really expensive, like $1,000, right?"
Yeah,
like
I thought
sweetie.
it was almost a $1,000.
Totally.
I was talking to like a bunch of kids, and I said, "Well, this is a Rolex. What do you think it costs?" And they said, "What, like $400?"
And lead us not into Omega. Anyway.
Yeah, and don't lead us to Omega, please. Deliver us a Rolex at MSRP.
That's right.
Well,
and it's
just, at least.
Yeah. I mean, like, you kind of have to explain. If you really get into it with people, you kind of have to explain, like, yeah, a Rolex costs between, like any Rolex that like a typical person would own costs anywhere between $5,000 and $20,000.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, the idea is that you buy one and you wear it your entire life, right? Like, that's why they're priced that way.
It's the idea. Yeah, you're right. That's what people should be doing, not what we're doing, collecting these things.
Well, it's like my cowboy boots cost $700, but I wear them for 10 years, right? Like,
dude, okay. Do you know anything about boots, right? I damaged my boots. I'm fucked. Can I show you something?
Oh my
I'll be right back. Because I need advice. I need advice on the boots.
Okay.
Urgent. It's urgent.
Just throw them away from me and buy a new pair.
Really crazy.
That's all it is.
I just ruined the stream. Sorry, guys. And by the way, my favorite Daniel Wellington can be bought on Alibaba
I'm gonna
for
be
$4.
taking them. Sorry, I'm gonna be taking them to a like repair store, but I just want to have a peace of mind that this is not the end of the world.
Oh, you're dead. We're all dead.
Yeah, I'm freaked out.
I'm sure
freaked
you're fine.
out. Whoops, that's not the right way.
That's not the screen to share.
Look, wait. Let's let it focus. Let me take this out. Okay, you see it on the inside?
Yes.
Hold on. You see that?
Really?
Not really.
Hold on.
Are you talking about the very bottom, or are we looking at the side?
Bottom. The bottom on the inside.
You should ask Anthony Ferrer's ego. He invented boots.
Oh fuck! You see oh shit! The camera just won't focus.
Is it the leather on the insole? Is
leather on the inside here.
Is it
on the inside? Yeah, it rubbed through. You see that? There you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine, Tim.
Am I fucked? What did I do? They're gonna have to replace the whole interior, no?
Yeah, there's like
Dr. Scholl's in there. You'll be fine.
The what?
So the company, the guy to talk to, his name is Zane Maddox, and he's at Snellville. Yeah, he's at Snellville Shoe Repair. He's kind of he's the boot guru when it comes to repairs, and he's kind of from our generation. So, yeah, he's quite good. And that's a quality boot, by the way.
Send me the details on WhatsApp, because I was wearing them so much. I guess like what happened was they were wet on the inside from sweating, and it rubbed through, and the leather on the inside tore. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it freaked me out. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry.
That's okay.
No worries.
Yeah, that's a quality boot, though. It's a Goodyear welt, which is key, so they can be easily resold.
Neo says that I can get someone in New York. I'll ask. I'll ask around. Maybe I'll go to Alden's and I say, hey, look at this. What do I do? I don't think there's warranty on them, because it's like I bought them 5 years ago.
Nah, that's just something you pay for. But the thing is, they'll last if you take care of them. Got to get some of that Bic more, that Bic 4.
Well, I was told not to wear these type of boots every day. At least every other day. Give them like one day to at least dry. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of it's kind of depends who you ask. And then like I don't wear my boots every day, so like I don't condition them as much as I should.
Yeah.
So It's as long as like the only ones I freak out about are my alligators because those scales will crack. You don't want that.
Ooh.
That'd be real bad.
So check this out. Just going quickly back to the Vacheron, top 2 Vacheron. If you look at this, right, this Vacheron reminds me a lot of 6119 Patek, the Calatrava that has that blacked out dial, right?
Yeah.
It's a dress piece that looks like a modern sports. This thing is incredible, absolutely incredible, and the new one skeletonized. Actually, and also even like the retail price on this thing, I don't believe it's end of the world. It's 41,000. That's not even like the end of the world, in my opinion. Like it's a lot of money, but yeah, Vacheron. That'll be my top 2. Just from the website, I'm surprised there's not that many Vacheron releases this year. I think there was like 52. Maybe just Hodinkee didn't cover them, or I don't get it.
They released a ton.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I mean, they only make 24,000 watches a year, so. I want to shout out to whoever timed out Peruka. That's amazing. I'm friends with Peruka, by the way. I'm just joking.
One had timed him out.
I guess he got timed out. That's amazing.
He said that somebody timed him out.
Yeah, he's not mad. He's just like, oh shit, I got timed out.
That's the honor because you're the only one who have the wrench.
I don't have I didn't time him out.
Oh well. I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. I'm not gonna.
That's right.
I'm not gonna. What's it called? I'm not going to say whether you did or did not.
Look, I'm not saying Peruka.
I'm not a snitch. In other words.
There you go. All right. Yeah. No, I don't know that they do a ton.
Actually,
in a
look
year.
at this. There's not that much.
No, there probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, and it wasn't ER. Oh wait, actually, was the 1921 in platinum this year? It might have been actually, because that's the one that Cars and Kona had.
The blue. So they had a couple variations of it. So that platinum with the blue strap and the platinum stitching was I think it was 2021.
Oh man,
that would probably be one of my 2.
Sick.
Oh god, that is sick. I'd probably do that, and then the split second.
Then for me, it would be the still overseas, especially meeting Corey Richards in person. That was mind blowing, completely unexpected. Vacheron, they didn't know that he would show up at the boutique when they had that party. What happened was he would happen to be in LA. They sent him a message, hey, if you can make it, make it. They weren't like paying him anything extra to be there. They just said, hey, we're having a party. If you can make it, make it. If you can't, it's okay. But he came out and, said hello to all the Vacheron enthusiasts. It was really, really fun talking to him and what went through. And it was, again, it was not, this watch is not so much like technological breakthrough or whatever. It was like the story that was involved in making this watch, right? Going to Everest, partnering with Vacheron, basically partnering with him, trying to do Everest unassisted, and then making a watch for that kind of journey. Just interesting way of kind of doing business. And obviously 1921 platine, because that thing is freaking beautiful. Yeah. And Joe Vacheron.
Yeah.
Vacheron, what do you think? What are you liking? What are you not liking? 2021, are you impressed by Vacheron? Michael Sugar, welcome
I'm
to the
kind
show.
of indifferent with Vacheron. I don't hate him, obviously, and I just don't pay attention to him because it just I don't know. I really don't pay attention to anything that I wouldn't potentially buy. That being said, though,
Sure.
I do think the new Explorer overseas, I do think that was pretty cool. Not really a fan of the strap, but then again, I'm more of a bracelet guy in general.
Yes.
But overall, I think that one was really cool. I think it was really cool to see them kind of retouch it up and kind of make it something that's really cool. The case back,
Something very different,
amazing.
actually.
The
Different
case
from what
back,
other brands are doing, right?
yeah, I know, no doubt. But I think that case back. I mean, when you compare that case back of that Vacheron to the Patek Tiffany, it absolutely puts the Patek to shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 1926. I like it because it's funky. I like it because it's not something you would see every day. Whatever.
21.
Purchase one, probably not. But I appreciate how funky it is. 21. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I was getting my references because I think it's Tudor that the 1926. My mistake.
Yeah, it's all.
Either way, though, I think it's funky. I think it's a really cool design. I like it aesthetically. Like it, I'd never own one.
Yeah.
You know who did
It
have a
is-
really good year this year? I think
Yeah.
Tudor had an amazing year.
Tudor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they did.
Tudor is.
Yeah,
Tudor has been.
Tudor had a
smashing
great
it out of the
year.
park. Yeah.
I want to make
Kind
sure we
of.
get to that one.
I wouldn't say
let's-
it's
let's
all
do
good.
Tudor
I
next.
feel like it's almost 50-50.
Hmm.
I would say that
Peruka Tam ask VC to make you a hiking watch. So listen, I think I'm gonna do this YouTube shtick. I'm still gonna stick around and keep building the watch YouTube in 2022. I was gonna do the hike in 2022, but I think I'm gonna postpone it to 2023 because of the London Watch Show, and there's quite a number of events that I wanna go to and keep building. I'll do a smaller hike. I'll go for that Colorado Trail. That's 30 days in 2022, which I was supposed to do in August. I'll do that one. I'll do maybe I'll do Arizona Trail and Colorado Trail in 2021. If anybody wants to join me in Arizona, let me know.
And to be fair,
Hmm.
for Vacheron, I mean, the whole idea of the Everest, I mean, that was for, it was done in partnership with, like, Corey
Yeah.
Richards was the guy that
Expedition.
yeah,
It was it's something that Rolex usually does, right?
a failed expedition to
Yeah.
Everest. So Rolex is just
Yeah,
used
but
to.
I don't really.
They're
think
following
that
in
takes away
Rolex's
from
footsteps
Vacheron.
with no, I know. I'm just kidding. It's just it's funny because the Explorer, just arguably, some people are like, oh, the Explorer wasn't actually on the very top of Everest. That there are people in the crew that had it, but
Close
Yeah, yeah.
enough.
it was a Smiths. No, but this, the whole idea was this famous photographer, videographer, National Geographic guy that wore this Everest, and it's the whole idea was it because he wanted to have the 2 time zones so that he knows what time it is back home, and
Boom.
so it's wouldn't be a bad
It's
watch.
very-
You could just get the Everest instead of trying to convince VC to come out with the Tim Wright.
Oh yeah, I could. Well, actually, me getting an Everest
edition?
would be harder than convincing Vacheron to make one for me.
Yeah.
I think that's just it's just the nature of it. Like that's how hard.
Tim's videos. Tim's videos are really good. Corey Richards, though, he's like a National Geographic videos. Like he's like,
Tim, you gotta get a
How
two-tone
old is he?
Tim.
he's older than you, Tim. You got time.
Yeah.
I
You
have
got
time to catch up.
Oh yeah.
Is he like
What do
10
you
years older than me, or is it more, or is it less? Like 5 or 6? Is
Late
it
30s?
I don't think he's. Yeah, I don't think he's.
not that old.
He's probably 30s.
What are you, 31, Tim?
31.
Yeah, he's got a few years on you.
He's got a few years on me.
You just gotta look. You just gotta start by getting a two-tone Tim, and then going and visiting Peruka in Switzerland and doing the Tour de Mont Blanc.
Doesn't say how old he is here on here.
He looks like he's under 40.
You got a
think he's-
Wikipedia him.
You got a wiki.
Oh, Horali says we got Chris. Corey is 40. He told me. There we go. He's 40, guys.
Haruka's
Drop the link.
coming. If Domino's Pizza can get their logo on Rolexes, surely Tim can.
He's 40. He was born in 1981, according to
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
according
40.
according to
Guys,
the
I
Google.
have 9 years.
40.
I have 9 years to make something of my life.
Hey man, you know what?
Welcome to the journey. The journey begins today.
I don't
So
know.
you're not going. So for him, right? He went like National Geographic, right? Because he does like
Yeah.
a lot of nature photography and that kind of stuff.
mhm.
What publication are you going for, Tim?
I'm going
be like-
for
Hodinkee.
Houdinki would be like.
Hodinkee. Easy?
Is that,
No,
is that the
it's low.
pinnacle? Is that your? I don't know.
Well, let's start. Let's shoot for Hodinkee. Let's start for like David SW. Does David SW have a blog? Let me get some
No.
articles.
No,
into
it's gonna
David
be like a
SW.
blog to watch. It's gonna be like
A
you
blog
shot for
to watch.
Hodinkee and it was a blog to watch.
I could totally see you getting in like a Houdinki article if you wanted to write one, Tim.
Oh,
Like, I could see
probably
you getting
cool.
in.
I mean, his picture's been in Hodinkee before. I'm pretty sure.
You know what I was thinking? So when I go on this Colorado trail, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna bring like my Daytona with me, and while I'm there, I'm thinking of writing like an article about my journey, and I'll make a film. I'll film my journey. I'll try to make it into something. That's why I'm gonna be taking that Casey Neistat January. Oh shit! Oh, forgot to register. Fuck, I have to
Casey
register for
Neistat?
the thing still. It's
Are you
$250. Yeah,
Are you gonna
200.
scratch Ray-Bans like
Casey. Oh no, I actually
taking
look
a
at this.
course.
I got new sunglasses. So so here's the question. Do I wear my signature pink sunglasses
Yes.
or I go tone down? Let me show you this one.
Did he buy more Ray-Bans?
So when I was in Vegas, I had those clear sunglasses, right? Well, I
yeah.
lost them in Vegas. What stays in Vegas? Wait. What
What
sunglasses
you lose in
you wore in
Vegas
Vegas
stays in, like-
stay in Vegas?
What you lost in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well, yeah. The sunglasses you wore in Vegas stay in Vegas. So a really good fan of the show has sent me, I think his, as a replacement. He said they are very similar to the ones I had.
Those aren't
What do you think?
Ray-Bans, though. What are those?
These are Oliver Peoples.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They're way better. They're way better. They're not even close. Like the
Yeah,
plastic
yeah,
you can
yeah.
feel is totally different. It's the next level.
Yeah, they are.
So the
It's
question
probably
is,
one of
do I
those
wear
companies that
these
calls
on
it
the hike?
resin.
Yeah, no, resin different. These you can actually, they're much thick. And look at the curve. Look at the curve of
It's beautiful.
You see it?
That's
Crafted.
why I
Actually, look at
wear-
the sides.
Hey Tim,
Let me
are
show
they
you this.
flexible? Give them a good bend for us.
Oh yeah, I'll show you. Look at that.
If you break
They're
them,
actually
I'll super chat $100.
what?
I think they're more than
Joking.
$100 glasses, though. They're more than
Dude,
$100
Bend them in half.
Look,
If you
they
break
actually
them.
got engine turning on the inside. They're freaking wild.
It is really cool.
They're good. I
always
just
wear-
fucking hope I never lose these. They look really good. I look good in them, to be honest. A little bit good, kind of good. I don't know. The thing is, do I wear these, or do I wear the
those
ones
are
I
gonna
met
be heavy.
Corey Richards in? Huh?
They're gonna be. Those ones are probably gonna be heavier than the Ray-Bans.
These are
right?
way heavier, man. This thing is
and,
like,
and they're more expensive.
It feels like quality, yeah.
So as long as your wife won't throw it out with the rest of your stuff while you're gone,
Yeah.
I would say
Maybe I should take these
the
with
Ray-Ban.
me.
No, take the Ray-Bans.
Take the Ray-Ban.
Yeah, I
The
usually
pink
don't
ones. The
wear-
pink ones. Because
I
I
don't
can
wear
replace
them.
the pink ones.
Well, it's just cheaper to replace them,
Yeah.
and you
It's way cheaper, yeah.
making them scratched up and stuff.
Yes. Put Tim right on the side. Actually, I'm gonna put David H on the side. That's my new movie star sponsor. Member. He's a member of my channel. He's a movie star level, so I have to name something after him. You know, my microphone, GS Superman.
Yep.
So I guess I'm gonna put my sunglasses, David H. Bam. My two biggest supporters. There we go. Cool.
But Houdinki's, what are you gonna do for the Houdinki article though? You're gonna take
By
a
the
bunch of video. That's a hard angle to say like, hey, I wore a Rolex Daytona hiking.
Yeah.
That
Sunglasses
might be a
is
little
just-
too out. It might be a little too out there for Houdinki to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna put this in our.
No, I don't think
it's
it's gonna
gonna
be about. I'm not gonna
Oh, no,
title
I
it.
was
I
gonna
wore
say
my
like it's gonna be Tim's
panda.
lucky. Like he'll get published in Dinky, and it's just gonna be like a short, like three-line article, and that's gonna be it.
I think it's not gonna be. I wore Lone Star. So funny. I was quiet. Oh crap! You can't untime someone. No, you can only time someone out. I wasn't gonna say anything. You know, nobody was gonna say anything. That was you who timed out Piruka. You thought you could not
Sorry.
time someone out? No.
Farouk is one of my favorite.
Once they're
people.
gone, they're gone for 5 minutes.
That's fine. You can take a break. It's
You
like,
it's
what time
easier
is it?
actually. So if you wanna time someone for shorter than 300 seconds, you just ban them and then unban them
Oh
at
yeah,
any
that's
moment
right.
you want.
But then I'd probably forget.
Yeah, then you just make sure that you don't forget. So
I'm
funny.
just kidding. That was a joke, and I didn't realize you can't untime someone out. So whoops.
Yeah. Well, he's
You've
gonna be
got shit
laughing
moderators too.
when you get a fistful a fister.
Should start calling me like lone hander. Just be like, your
Lo-
moderators are shit, Tim. Anyways, I'm just kidding.
My moderators are out of control, man.
That's
My
right.
moderators are out of control.
Banning
I'm
people
gonna
for
have Peruka
jokes.
messaging me, Tim. You got to take away the wrench from Lone Star.
He's
The
like,
power has got to his head.
That's right. Tim's gonna be like, I've tried that before. It doesn't
Bruce
work.
G, take the wrench. Take the wrench.
If somebody super chats him $50, he'll take my wrench.
I'll take the wrench. Yeah, there you go. Because actually, a lot of people want me to take your wrench. So there you go.
That's right.
Once in a lifetime opportunity. $50 and Lone Star's wrench
gone.
Bye. So we'll see.
I don't know how it happens. I just wind up being everybody's wrench. It's fine.
Yeah, you've been the designated driver of this live stream of these.
I really enjoy your live streams, especially when the chat is fun. Although it's a little less fun because Peruka is like a great troll that we all deserve, and I hyped him out.
He's a troll that we deserve, right? Not the one
right.
that we get. He's a troll that we deserve.
No, it's you know what? It's a good group of people right now in the chat. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for Tudor, it's definitely the FXD and the Black Bay Chrono.
Okay, let's wait. We didn't even switch. All right, everyone voted.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. The chat guys, let me know what are your top two. Vacheron, actually, because I forgot to write it down. So for VCs,
ER is already defending herself. Wasn't me. I'm like, I just
wasn't
said
me. I'm in the car listening. Yeah.
I just said it was me, ER.
We'll go for overseas. That's gonna be 1 and 1921 platin. Although I always feel bad about like limited editions being named something. Top. Maybe just the remake of the 1921. Oh. Let's go to Tudors, guys. The Tudor. Here we go. RS. It's all the way at the end. Tudor. Bam. Whoa. Oh, FXD is not even on this in the list. But you said FXD, and what was the other thing?
The Black Bay Chrono, probably the black dial.
The black dial, the reverse panda. Very cool. Bourbon Heart. What do you think?
Oh, so this is that like mixed bag, I think. What I don't like about the Chronos is I don't like the snowflake hands. Because it gets in the way of reading your subdials.
How could you?
So
totally.
That's why I feel like why didn't they do just pencil hands like everyone else does, right? Rolex doesn't put a Mercedes hands on their Daytona for a reason.
Good point.
I think
good point.
So I feel like they missed the styling there.
How many times do you actually use the chronograph?
I don't wear, so I wear my Speedy less off. Like I definitely wear my Black Bay 58 more than my Speedy, or my Submariners, and I wear my GMTs more than my Speedy. So I do use a chronograph probably the least amount. The 925, I think it looks good, but silver was, I just think, a mistake. The see-through case back and an undecorated movement. It's like they get so close and then they just like trip at the finish line. I'm not a huge fan of bronze, but I do like that they are putting an adjustable bracelet.
Oh my God, that is the game changer.
Yeah,
they need to do that everywhere.
So if I was going to buy something from the year, it would probably be the fixed Tudor.
Fixed Tudor.
The Pelagos.
FXD. It is like the new thing that surprised everyone.
I love it. It would have been nice if because they made it a little bit thinner, but it's still, I think, if I'm remembering right, it's like 52 millimeter lug to lug, right? And it has those fixed spring bars. So it's a little bit long. I wish they could have cut down that size a little bit.
A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller with the FXD, right?
Yeah. But
Rob the Tiger, even after last year's outbreak of the disease, after next year's Colorado hike, Tim will be able to say, "My Rolex Explorer and I both survived the." Was it really the bubonic plague outbreak on the Colorado in August?
Isn't bubonic plague curable?
Lefty, 1999 guys. 100 star super chat, man. I haven't seen Lefty in such a long time. Tim, I got the 41 OP Tiffany a few months ago from the AD. Is the latest market price real? No, it's not. The last market price is a little bit hyped up because of the Tiffany. Maybe it might be too low.
You could try. I mean, it's worth what people are willing to pay for it. I mean, I think the problem.
I wouldn't be selling it yet. I think it's gonna go even higher. I'm sorry.
See, the thing I don't like about it is like, if I owned one, I would have to consider selling it. Like, it's just so much money.
It's gonna go higher. It's gonna go to 60K.
I feel like not that long ago, it used to be that you could go to the Rolex AD and the only thing that would be there was OPs. Now it's like nothing.
That's true. It is crazy. It is the crazy world that we're living in. Not only is this, don't sell it. It is not. It is at the same time. It could cool down, or it could break even higher.
I don't know if it'll break much higher. I kind of feel like the market's being tested right now. I don't know anyone that's paid $30,000 for their Tiffany. It's like, but you're seeing a bunch of photos of like, oh, look at these ones that are being listed, right?
Yeah.
So are they selling at that price?
I think even if they're not selling, the people who have listed them at the lowest price, they're just gonna relist them higher, and the people who list them at medium price, they're gonna relist them even higher, and the whole thing is just gonna go up.
But I don't know how much of it's rumor and how much of it is legit, but that this New York buyer for the Tiffany dial, Patek, was actually Patek buying it.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It was.
But is that just a rumor, or
no? It's legit.
Patek has said, "Oh yeah, that was us buying our own."
Yeah, you'll see it soon in the Patek Museum.
Okay.
Oh, you think Patek bought the?
That's what the rumor is. Which then you're like, okay, like.
Well, I know that Omega that just went for a bunch of money. Omega paid. I don't remember what it went for. It was over $1 million, I think. But the Omega, I think, bid $500,000 for it. So they do that.
Yeah.
But when you say like, oh, is that really what it's going for? Then on the market, it's kind of like, well, it's
a charity buy too, right? Like, the thing you got to look out for at these auctions is if it's a charity buy, it's different. Because if it's a charity buy and an individual person spends an insane amount of money, basically what they've done is they've made a donation and
to a charity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
they're making a donation.
Think of how genius Patek is. Not only they're donating money to charity, that's number one. Number two, it's all tax write-off. And number three, they're hyping up their brand. I mean, they're win. It's a win-win-win-win.
So I don't know. So this is what I don't know though. Because they're receiving an item, I don't know that they can write it off. Right?
I think they can.
For a tax write-off. I don't know that they can
think
write
they
that whole
can.
thing up because
Of
you're
course,
receiving a
dude.
good for it.
Of course they
The-
can. Look at this.
the
Peruka
Patek
Tim,
did
how do
go-
I send your wife to Texas? I know someone who deserves a super slap.
That's right.
And Neo,
Keep your,
$5 super chat.
keep your wife
Let's
away from
do
Lone Star.
the Ron the Shrink need a
I'm sure we're
Steinhardt
good time.
fundraiser.
I know that's what Tim would worry about.
Wow. Actually, I think I think Bear might be willing to donate one of his Steinhardts to Run the Shrink. Run the Shrink has been a huge asset to Archie. And I think, you know, with
Wait,
few talks.
what did I miss with Ron the Shrink getting a Steinhardt?
Well, Neo says that we should do a fundraiser for Run the Shrink to get Run the Shrink a Steinhardt.
But does Ron want a Steinhardt, or are we just
I
saying
think so. I think so. I think he has an Oris or a Tissot at the moment.
it's a Tissot?
Yeah. I think so. Something like that. Corrado says write off amount in excess of retail
Yeah.
price.
So, okay. So
And dude. Oh, I forgot another thing. They get to keep the watch and stick it in their museum. That is gonna be the draw for people to go and see that. Why the 6.5 million? I mean, they're gonna make money back. And
Dude,
so
it's a Tiffany watch.
yeah.
It's kind of cool. But it's a Tiffany thing. That's what's so like. I was reading is like apparently we talk about like it's a Patek. It is. It's made by Patek, but it's a Tiffany watch, right? Like so, like most of the people that are gonna get them are Tiffany people, not Patek.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Makes
but
it
yeah,
really
it's, yeah.
complicates
Well,
everything. It
like
makes
Jay-Z just started doing those Tiffany commercials, and now he's got one.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that kind of ruins it.
It is what it is.
That Omega 3.4 million. Oh,
Well, Addis says you can't write it off. He tried it. I don't know. Write-off price of current market value, which is now much higher than MSRP. Well, I think they can write it off. I mean, they got ways of doing this. They got a team of lawyers working on this. Come on, guys.
so I've tried this before at auctions, just like small, like charitable ones, and
Yes.
for whatever reason, I wasn't able to write it off. But it might have been because it's like I'm getting it for.
Did you have a team of lawyers?
No. I didn't have a team of lawyers. It's just this is consulting with my wife in TurboTax. But it was like,
Good.
yeah, but they're charitable auctions. But I don't know that they were like more. These are things that are donated that are probably even at.
Was the auction certified? You
Yeah.
see, there's
So
all kinds of. I'm sure that Philips, they have an exclusive deal with the whatever tax agency. Come on, guys.
yeah,
It's
they have some IRS agents that are just in their pocket. That,
yeah, exactly. All right, just really quickly, my two Tudors. Number one is the Bronzo, and not because it's made out of bronze, but because of I see it as a preview to what's to come from Tudor. That clasp is going to be a game changer. It's going to, when they make this watch in steel, it's going to rock the wristwatch industry. And also the ceramic black bay. That's my number two choice. Because I've seen Chris Horology. He actually bought it. And we were riding the dune buggies. He was wearing that thing. It is so freaking legible in like crazy direct sunlight. The watch just kind of disappears, and all you can see are the indices. And all you can tell is them. I mean, you can't use the bezel. The bezel is unusable. Fine, but telling the time is so easy in that watch because, like, you look at it, and it's like everything just disappears. All that remains is just like these indices that pop from like Dark Canyon or something. It's wild.
I do wonder if they're gonna go Metis in some of their Tudors. Because they're all that, they're not now, but that ceramic was, and so I do wonder if they're gonna go Metis at some point,
or if they want to pay the extra to get that certification, or are they just kind of flexing on like Omega, your Meta certification is not big of a deal. Like we can get Meta certification on our.
That's right. I'd like to see them redo the. Oops.
Look at this. Horology, Chris, ceramic is the only Tudor I'm keeping. The rest are going bye-bye. Oh, he doesn't have the bronzer. I bet he would have kept the bronzer if he had it. But the ceramic, completely underappreciated. If you guys tried wearing it, even that strap that's on it, the material is just, I don't know what it is. It's like leather, sorry, it's rubber on the inside and then some kind of weird synthetic material on the inside. It's just really, really bizarre. But the clasp and everything is just an amazing package.
Yeah, this is a Julian Farr. That's the strap manufacturer.
There you go. Actually,
Julian Farr. Yeah.
I'll bring it up.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Faure, Faure.
For look at that. You see it? Look, you can't even see anything, but you can tell the time. Like the time just pops, but you can't distinguish any other feature. Like there's no Tudor branding on it. There's nothing. You can't. It's everything is just invisible. Look at from this angle. Look at that. It's just. It always looks like as if it's been lit by some kind of internal light. Wild.
Yeah, I love that. I love that when you like have like that white. Obviously, the loomed surfaces where like you're outside or something, and then like you start to notice as it gets a little darker, like you start to walk inside and you can see it starting to like radiate off of there. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like you can almost hear the fluorescent light. Whenever you look at this watch, you can hear the fluorescent like
But only watches with like generous amounts of lume do that.
Right.
Like some like crappy watches or watches that don't have, really good, really generous amounts of lume, they don't do that. But I do like it when like on my Rolex and things like that, like you see that little bit of blue tint like coming off of just like the because it's a little bit darker.
Pavel, $5. Mods asleep. Let's go.
Oh shoot.
There's not a ton of mods right now. Tim fired
mods are asleep, guys. You're free
Tim
to do it.
fired
And
all
look
of
at this. Look how sexy that looks.
It does look
on the
cool.
wrist.
I love it. I love Tudor. I like Rolex better, but
yeah. This is a very sexy watch, completely unexpected from Tudor.
Well, and I'm totally with you, Burring, on some of the models they released this year. Like, I see no point in a gold Tudor. I'm sorry. Like a gold Tudor, nah.
Yeah.
But what if it
Silver's
has like a
no.
puke green bezel and face? Then no.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Look, that is man, this is for people who have really way too much money. Way too much money. Jeez, I don't get this watch. Look at that.
Yeah, it's too expensive for a Tudor. I mean, you can get an aftermarket Rolex for that, right? And it's
But you know what? Maybe in 2030, this is going to be like a super hot watch. That's the thing. You never know. Maybe right now we're thinking like, it's like 15,000, right? US dollars.
I think it's odd. Yeah, and that case back is so bad. Like
17.
Just
actually. Yeah.
Do a gold
unfinished
case back.
movement.
Like, what is going on? I think that this one it's odd enough that I could see there being a time in the future where it ends up being like in style or in demand, but not something that it's like always in demand, right? Like I think like a 1950s Rolex Submariner. In another 10 years, I think that it's a classic, good-looking watch that isn't offensive to anyone, and so I can just see that costing more and more as time goes on. Whereas this one, I could see that getting cheaper and then
maybe exploding.
Yeah, and then
it looks cool. I mean, it looks cool. I just don't get the point of it. And I love that they like.
If this watch, I'll tell you this: if this watch was selling on the secondary market for 45,000, selling new for 17, and then on secondary market was for selling for 44, nobody would be saying like, this is too expensive. All right. The question is, how does Tudor market it to make it go for that price on the secondary market? You get it? That's the trick. That will be the trick.
But even their marketing, I felt like they're targeting a younger audience.
It's tacky and you know it, right? You know that song? It's tacky and I'm tacky and you know it. Right? There you go. It's it has to be a tacky trend. When the
you know what?
trend, yeah,
It's a great execution of a gold watch. It's just kind of a.
But why they didn't come up with like a the Black Bay 58 sized case in a GMT or release a Coke GMT. I think easy slam dunk.
Oh,
and then they're
well,
like,
they don't have
"Wow,
the
let's
movement
use
actually.
goofy
Their
stuff."
movement, I think, is too big.
But they could even do just in their 41 millimeter GMT.
They could slim the
just
41
offering
down.
a Coke bezel on that. Like I think there's
okay.
easy things that they can do.
Well, maybe you know what? Maybe they're not doing it because Rolex told them not to do it yet.
Maybe.
I'm thinking what happens.
Rolex is
Remember
coming out with
when the
because
Pepsi
Rolex
came
is
out?
coming out with the Coke next year, and then Tudor's got to wait a few years. And
Diet Coke, or is it a
Yes.
Coke Zero?
but they
Coke.
released, but Tudor released their Pepsi GMT the same year that Rolex brought back their Pepsi GMT in ceramic on steel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bruce G. Tim's right. It's all hype. Only way to explain Explorer 2 selling over retail.
I love the Globemaster.
Never.
by the way. That's cool.
Never happened.
You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about this the other day when it comes to watches that came out in 2021. The new Speedmaster seems like it was at least a year ago. It was 2021. It was like the first week of 2021.
The new Speedmaster? Yeah.
Yeah, the 3861 was
the
this year.
Omega. Okay. Well, let's move on to Omega. But did we have everyone? Joe, what are your top 2 Tudors for the 2021 releases? Is he there? Bobbing Heart and Lone Star. You gave me yours, right?
The only one I would actually buy would be the new Pelagos FXD.
Oh, that fixed FXD.
Yeah. That's the only one that I'd be interested in.
I said the ceramic and the bronze. Actually, let me just put it here. I'm gonna think about it. It just came out though. It's limited. It's such a limited piece though. Fuck me dead. But what about Lone Star? What are your top 2? Top 2 Tudors.
FXD
You said
Chrono, FXD and the Chrono.
FXD and the
We'll say
Chrono.
the black
And
dial.
Joe, top 2 Tudors 2021 releases. And people in the chat, let's see here. Let me know.
Honestly,
Top 2.
I'm pretty disappointed with Tudor, honestly, just in general.
Really?
So I'm just gonna choose the chronograph.
The chronograph,
I
the
feel like that
Panda,
was
or the
only one that
reverse?
actually looked decent.
The Panda or
Both
the
of them,
reverse?
honestly.
Both of them? Oh, both of them. There you go. Wow.
If I had to pick, I'd have to do the reverse Panda.
The reverse Panda. Reverse Panda. There you go. And the number 2 is the Panda, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's move on to Omega, guys. The Omega. I guess we'll do Omega and then maybe one more. Ooh, Omega. Man, look at this. Omega has been pumping and pumping. No, actually not that much pumping. A lot of dumping, but not a lot of pumping. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Pelagos. Fuck me dead. Not FXD. Neo said the ceramic. And SLC, the Pelagos. Everyone loved the new Pelagos FXD. The reason I didn't say FXD, although I've been raving about it. I love the fixed lugs. I think it's such a new thing that nobody's doing. I just feel a little bit irresponsible talking about it because I freaking went to the city to get to see one in real world, and they told me how exclusive it was, and it like shook me. Like I was shook. I was shaken out of my shorts, out of my pink shorts. So it was a bit, a little bit disheartened by the fact that I couldn't see one in real life. The Omega, guys, the Omegas. What do you think? The 3861. Yeah, right. It feels like it was actually 2 years ago that Oshin made that video about the sharp sides, sharp sides. Remember that
Yeah.
drew blood?
Could
I thought that was
practically
like
cut
2
yourself.
years. Yeah, you could shave with it. Remember how many puns we were making about that?
It was, yeah. So I've gotten to check out the new one, and compared to I had the previous gen Speedmaster, and it was a little bit sharper, but not like where I was like, oh, this is an issue. Like wearing it on the wrist, you don't really notice it, but as you like feel the edges, okay, you can feel that it's a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
But it was nothing like where you're gonna like cut an artery.
Right.
Right. But I really liked the way that the newer bracelet drapes. I thought was an improvement. So I definitely have the Speedmaster as one of them, and then I really like that Seamaster 300.
Black.
If right there up on the
the 300.
middle. Yeah, so they've
With the lollipop. The lollipop.
Yep, lollipop second hand. So they've just improved that movement a little bit more. So it costs more than just a regular Omega Seamaster.
Yep.
I'm gonna call it like a professional diver because
Yeah.
there's another Seamaster. So Seamaster 300 Heritage, we'll call it, right? So this Heritage model.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a really good job with this one. It's and the dimensions are a little bit more compact as opposed to their regular Seamaster.
Ooh.
And I feel like
yes,
now this Seamaster is trying to compete with like a modern day sub, right? Because it's got like the ceramic bezel. It's like it looks like latest and greatest text or latest and greatest tech is in this one.
Two giants.
Whereas now I think this one is able to compete with like a vintage sub. So if you're someone that's thinking like, hey, I would want to buy a vintage sub,
like a pre-ceramic sub.
Exactly. I think this is like more vintage styling.
Yes.
There's no crown guards on this.
Instead of getting a pre-ceramic sub, why not go with this?
Yep.
Oh,
so, and then the movement on this one is a little bit better than the other Seamaster. So it's just kind of like the next gen movement, a little bit more power reserve.
The loom, Omega, come back. You can have all the loom
and a sandwich dial. I mean, that's so cool. And the thing is, like, if I look at what's happening in the Seamaster right now, and if there's one that I wanted to keep going with, it'd be this one. Like, I like the Diver 300M. I think it's a cool watch, but this is like the direction Omega should go longer term, I think.
Beautiful.
It's so pretty.
I love having both of them because when people are you hear kind of people talk about like a Rolex sub alternative, right? And a lot of ones that get thrown out are like the Tudors, right? Like a Tudor Black Bay 50.
I never talk about this watch.
You don't talk about this Seamaster, you're saying?
Yeah, this Seamaster 300 actually. It's kind of completely went under the radar.
Yeah, and I think this one is a step above. And as much as I love my Black Bay 58, I think this one's kind of like a step above the 58.
Ooh, fuck. That is a lot of shade. This has a jumping hour hand, right?
Yes.
Fuck. I love the jumping hour hand.
Yeah,
for sure.
6,000.
Yeah, so that's another that's another improvement over, in my opinion, over the other Seamaster, the standard Seamaster.
Yeah, the fact that it doesn't have also the
no date though.
Yeah. No, that's better.
That's awesome.
That's better.
Yeah.
I'm all
that's a
about
benefit.
But how cool? But if you think about it, right? Like if you're gonna make a dive watch with no date, like why wouldn't you put a jumping hour? You know what I mean? Like it's just like, that's actually pretty cool. Like for when you're changing time zones, it's like,
I think like, and the thing about this one in particular is like, where would you put the date at 6? I mean, you just I wouldn't. It doesn't. It wouldn't look right with those numbers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. And I think when you're talking like vintage styling, right? It's like you feel like 1950s or something. It's like, they didn't start off with dates. So
yeah, actually it doesn't need a date. I mean, come on. We have for a date, we have a phone. Yeah, there's a phone for a date.
And like every other watch right now.
The only thing that's a little I don't know if I'd say controversial or polarizing is on the bracelet having, now instead of having like polished center links, it has polished outer links, and then the center is brushed. Which some people actually say. I mean, I haven't had worn it a ton, but some people say that it doesn't. It's not as bad as for me. Like polished center links, man, they get scratched up really bad.
So you know what? This whole thing about scratches on the polished center links or polished links,
it starts to look like almost like it's all brushed.
Yeah, it's all good. Look, I met up with the Humble Pine, right? He had a Royal Oak 15400. That thing was scratched up to bits. Like he was like that is his daily driver watch. And it looks like he works as a nurse as well, because it was scratched up everywhere. But it looks fucking beautiful.
And those are notorious for showing their scratches, though.
Oh hey, the return of Rolex, please. Rolex,
please.
Rolex, please, baby.
By
the way, Rolex is making moves in the watch game. He's been busy playing the watch game, guys. He's a busy bee after he recovered from the booster shot. Bam. All right, sorry.
What else is he getting something else, or is he
Yes, he's getting something. I don't know if I can reveal it. He told me what he's getting.
Maybe he'll get on and reveal it. Or he doesn't want to jinx it. He's
Yeah, actually it is not 100% guaranteed. Also, what I like is these chronoscopes.
Yep.
And I'm not like a fan of the fucking chronoscope. I could care less about this watch. The whole watch itself, I can care less. What I thought was the best part about this watch is the clasp with the micro adjustment, which they don't show in this article. But the clasp on chronoscope, unlike 3861, has a micro adjustment with the easy press button. You know that, Barbinghard?
I haven't gotten a hold of one of these ones yet.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah.
And it's so easy to use. It's mind blowing. Let me see. Omega chronoscope, coaxial master chronograph. Let me see. Oh, we got Rolex. Rolex, please.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Dude, long time no see. How you doing?
You alive? What?
Dude, I got so sick because I got the booster and the blue shot at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, you got bluestered.
I got blue. I did it on a Friday because I was like, I'm gonna see everyone on Saturday because I was gonna meet up, and I was just knocked out all day. I actually threw up on Saturday. I don't know what it was, but I got like weirdly sick and then stomach issues.
Yeah,
and then Sunday I was like just coming out of it. So like
knocked
I was
on his ass.
Yeah, it really threw me off.
It was last week.
I think I'm gonna avoid that booster. I was sick for a couple of days even after the second shot, and like
I don't know if mine was different because I did Johnson & Johnson for the first one. Then I got the Moderna for the second one. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it just
it
just hit
Moderna is incredibly effective, but your body knows it's incredibly effective. The immune response to that vaccine is crazy.
Yeah, my body did like a full reset that last weekend.
And
reboot.
Yeah, my body like legit rebooted. You know, I had a chance to see this chronoscope.
Yeah.
The clasp on it has a easy link adjustment.
I'm about to show it to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Slap!
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Birmingham, feast your eyes. Were you ready to see something like this, motherfucker?
So
very excited about this.
I'm not like
look
super,
at it.
So I'm not like even like my Seamaster has a
okay.
That easy
look. I'll show it for comparison. One second here. I'll show it side by side.
Well,
your clasp and the clasp here. Look how fat your clasp is compared to the new chronoscope.
Did you hear that? It's trash.
It's been on a diet.
So I need better lighting. I need better lighting on my desk, Tim. I've come to that realization.
Okay. Still working on it. Work in progress.
But no, it doesn't surprise me that they have expanded it. Hopefully, like Tudor will do the same, right?
Yeah.
But it is, I do prefer a tapering clasp.
Yes.
Mhm.
Which
is this is what it's got. This is we're entering
Exactly.
a new era
exactly.
of a tapered bracelet with quick adjustment. I mean, look how beautiful it is.
I'll be honest though,
look how thin.
I strongly prefer Omega's approach to the clasp over Rolex's. I find
It's
that
much easier. You just press.
Oh my
It's for
God.
morons like us. For
yeah,
idiots.
That's right. We're idiots.
Because actually, like trying to teach someone how to adjust, like someone who never touched a Rolex in their life, trying to tell them like, oh, the way you expand the link is just you pull and then it falls out. Dude, they're like, what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I go? They almost looks like they're gonna break it, and then putting it back in. I was trying to show my wife, she still doesn't know how to do it. It every time she needs to expand it, she tells me, she's like, here, make it bigger. And then okay, make it smaller. Like she doesn't grab that big crown. It's like having a man with big package.
Oh my God.
I hate it when my wife says all that. But I've actually still I've preferred my Rolex Submariner, previous model, the 114060. I have preferred that clasp over my Seamaster. The Seamaster is easier to like adjust it, but because the Seamaster doesn't taper, I think is what makes the Rolex Submariner clasp better.
But now it's best of the both worlds.
Yep.
It's easier because it's got the button and it's now tapered. It's a
and the new Submariner clasps are bigger than the previous model, which I don't.
Yeah, which is crazy. I was talking to someone today at my AD, and they were saying like, no, the clasps are the same with the 40 millimeter. And I was like, they're 100% not the same, but
way bigger. Look, I have
for
both.
sure. There's no way. Yeah, the new ones are way longer.
I'll show you right now.
Yeah, it's the length that ends up being off.
No, just saying right now.
Awesome
it's
focus.
Fatter. Look, you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's substantially bigger.
It's different.
Fatter. The same length, but obviously, which one is which? Tell me, which one is which?
The 41 is the one on the left. Is it? Wait, I can't tell actually.
Well, it's reversed. It's reversed in his hands.
Pretty similar.
No, neither one is a reverso.
The one in your right hand. Yeah.
My right hand is what?
The one in your right hand is the 41 mil.
Move your right hand.
Yeah, that's the 41 mil.
It's the sermon. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
Good job.
It's a wider.
Which, by the way, side note, I had a chance to mess around today with the Panda Daytona.
Yes.
They pulled one out at my AD and let me like at least take a look at it.
Was it two-tone or was it
no, it was stainless steel.
Black one or white
was
one?
It exhibition only, or were they just being a tease?
They were being a tease because they talked to me.
Panda?
Sorry, I don't mean to curse, but they like did me so dirty today at my AD that my
Wait, again.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Your AD really hates.
Is this the one that messed you up and then?
Oh no!
Right by getting the.
No, this is a different one. This is a different one.
GMT.
No.
Okay.
No,
so maybe it's a you problem.
Okay.
No, I know.
I'm kidding, Rolex.
But I got to see the Panda Daytona in person for the first time, and I got to tell you, Tim, it kind of let me down a little bit.
Why do you think I brought it for? I was freaking. Do you understand? I was wearing the Daytona for you
in LA
because you said, "Hey, man, I wanted to take a look at it. Here, check it out. Like, I want to see it." And I went to LA with the Daytona. It totally screwed me over. I didn't know what the hell was happening because I couldn't tell the time in New York. I didn't know when my show starts. And you didn't show up. I'm like, motherfucker, you made me wear the watch. I also brought the sunglasses. Remember the Paul Newman? You said, hey, I want to say not the Paul Newman, the Steve McQueen.
I know.
You were gonna buy them for me. You were gonna save me a whole bunch of money, but man, that whole fucking Pfizer. Who is it? Pfizer?
Moderna.
Moderna. Fuck Moderna.
Yeah, Moderna
Assholes.
did good.
It's all
But
their fault.
yeah, my AD promised me a watch and then they sold it from under me. But it is what it is.
No.
Yeah.
They stole it. You didn't make it there in time. You
they-
should
No,
have.
it wasn't even I didn't make it there in time. One of their other clients that was like a big spender called in and was like, I want the watch.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
It's probably
was
my
it?
dad or my
What
mom
was
or
it?
someone.
It was an Air King. It's an Air King. Yeah. I wasn't too mad about it, but
Sorry
You know,
to
it
hear
is-
that though. That sucks.
You gotta
no,
be,
it's okay. I
you
mean,
gotta be
like,
pissed. Hey, how dare you? How are you gonna make it right? I'll take it.
I know,
I'll take
exactly.
I don't
And
want
you
a
know the
Daytona
worst-
anymore.
Exactly.
Give me a-
the worst part is I brought like a bottle of wine too to give to the sales associate. I was just
Oh.
like standing there with a bottle of wine and her
Looking
giving me bad
ridiculous.
news. Yeah, so I was just like, here, you can have it anyways. It's fine. Merry Christmas. And
Oh,
she-
okay, good, good.
She felt
Actually,
so
now
bad.
they're gonna feel bad.
I
It's
would've
even
just
better.
taken the wine back
Hey.
with me.
Actually, Rolex.
Yeah.
This is best news that could have happened to you.
Yeah.
Because now you're not even gonna get the Air King, you're gonna get the Daytona, the Panda.
No way. I
Yeah.
don't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
She did
You
bring
should
it
call
up.
them tomorrow and you say like, "Hey guys, if that Daytona ever becomes available, I would really love to pick one up."
So wait, she's all, oh, I feel really bad. Here, let me show you something. Here's a Daytona. And then you're like, can I buy it? And she's like, no, this one's
No. She said
Nah.
that this. No. She just said that it was available. She was like, I have something, but it's sold already. Do you want to take a look at it? Because I had been talking about Daytona with her already.
Yeah.
And she pulled it out, and I got to take a look at it and try it on.
Was it the Panda or the Black Dial? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Panda. It was a Panda.
Ooh. Okay, so call her back tomorrow.
Yeah.
You gave her the wine.
Can I have that? Can I have that?
You
Yeah,
gave
and
her
the
the wine, right? And tell her this: if the guy doesn't call back to pick it up, that you would love to pick it up.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
then, but you should add: is there any other watch you want, like Oyster Perpetual, Yellow Dial, or something?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Okay, this is what you
just
do:
pisses
you
me
call
off.
them up and you say, you know, that Daytona. If the client doesn't call to pick it up, you would love to have it. Also, if they have Oyster Perpetual over another Air King or a Milgauss Blue Dial, you would love to have that also. Okay.
Yeah. It's just funny to see the hierarchy of how like this store is like ran. The manager of the store is the one that like really calls the shots.
Rolex, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
exactly how I feel, but in reverse.
How so? How so?
Because I'm the client that gets the watch.
Oh, yeah.
That's a joke. I'm just kidding.
I was like, man, I don't know.
A little
dude.
bit.
I was just a little like taken aback because they told it. The sales associate told me it's waiting for you. It's here. And then I
Yeah.
drove an hour to get there, and then she was
Yeah.
like, the store manager won't let me release it.
So you haven't bought from this AD before though?
No, but I'm kind of a referral. I have a friend that actually bought a lot of watches through the store.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been dealing with one of their associates for like close to 2 years. Where like I touch base with him, I see, hey, what's going on? And yeah, whatever. The thing is that I'm not that mad about it because I kind of have everything I want right now. I'm not
satisfied.
really, yeah, I'm not really.
You know what?
tripping
Getting
about
that, it's kind of like with me, you know, maybe if I didn't get the Cermet, it would have been, maybe I would have had a bit of a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, it didn't happen, so at least there's nothing. But now I have this fucking debt over my head.
it. Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I think that's the first time I heard of this situation where the sales associate called me and told me, yeah, the watch is yours. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, they say, they didn't even tell me that they sold it. They said that someone else is coming in to buy it.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, it was still there. I was like, man,
Wow.
yeah.
Now you make me like, if I ever get a call, I want to be like, okay, I'm gonna give you here's $1,000. Don't sell
Oh,
it.
no.
By the
Pay
way,
for it over the phone.
Lone Star,
You just call.
amazing icon.
I know. I'm kind of owning it.
Dude.
I'm kind of loving it, honestly.
Beautiful. Lone Snake or Lone Star Snake?
Lonely Snake is what they call me,
Lonely
but I don't really
Snake.
care.
That's
It
fucking
makes me
amazing.
laugh. I have my
You have your
what-
own combination of icons. That's
Well,
so
that's right.
fucking
Because
cool.
you were talking about how certain people need emoji. I'm like, I already got some.
Yeah. You already
No.
have one. They didn't have to be made one. Yeah.
But that totally sucks, Rolex. I'm sorry to hear that. That's
Uh,
that stinks.
It is what it is, dude. I'm not
Dude,
really. You know.
I've gotten calls before and it's like when I got the call for my Vacheron, I like almost cried on the way over. And so like it would suck to get there and then be like, oh yeah, by the way, we sold it.
Yeah.
You know? So
it is. Funny enough, that's like the second time that's happened to me. They called me the first time about my Submariner, and I missed the call by like 9 minutes, and they sold the watch from under me.
Oh my god.
So it happens, you know.
Yeah, it's the Air King that got away.
Yeah,
so sad. It's very sad.
It is.
It's very sad.
Right
Lo.
before
It's a
it
very
gets
sad
discontinued.
story. Very painful to hear. Heartbreaking. But there would be good times without the bad times. When you get one next time, actually they'll call you to get something even greater than the Air King. Just wait.
I know, that's what I was thinking when I left. With my bag of caramel popcorn, they gave me one of those bags of caramel popcorn that's like wrapped like a Christmas present. They were like, "We're sorry about this, but here you go."
As like a consolation
That's
prize.
cool.
Yeah.
Can I see the picture?
Sorry, no Rolex.
Yeah. I was sitting there in my car, sad, eating caramel popcorn, and I was like, "Maybe this is a good thing.
It's a good sign,
Maybe I
man.
could like figure out a way to leverage this for something better."
Leverage.
Yeah.
That the word of 2021. It's leverage.
Who knows? I might come out of it with a Daytona.
Remember when you called me and you freaked out that they scratched up the case back of your Datejust? I was like, dude, you didn't realize you were gifted. You were just gifted about $10,000.
Yeah, I got it. We'll see. That'd be so funny if I end up with a Daytona. I'd laugh so hard.
I'm telling you, you have to call them back.
Oh my gosh,
call them back.
We'll
tomorrow.
see. We'll see what happens.
Guys, top 2 watches by Omega. Let's go.
Are you asking me would I flip the Daytona? They sold it to me.
Oh, well, you said it was disappointing. You did say that the Daytona was a bit disappointing.
It's a beautiful watch, and honestly, like size-wise compared to the Submariner and the GMT, it's perfect. But
it wears great. It wears really well.
Great, but man, I don't know if it's worth $40,000.
It's just not that easy to tell the time on. Dang it,
yeah, dude. It's worth a lot of money. I'd keep it probably if they sold it to me. A Panda Daytona. Yeah, I think I'd hold on to that.
So mine was the new Speedy and the refreshed Seamaster. Tim, yours was the Chronoscope and.
Whoa, 1 second. Let me just mute Air King Ben while he's getting ready. So my top 2 from the Omegas. Number 1, 3861, followed by the Chronoscope. For me, that's very simple like that. What about like Bourbon Hard? You were saying which ones?
I like this refreshed Seamaster 300, that Heritage, and
okay.
And
the Omega Seamaster 300. Yep.
And
that's number 1, and the new Speedy.
Yeah, that would probably be my 1 and then 2. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Mine's the same as Bourbon Hard. Like exactly the same. I think they're both amazing.
Equal.
Yep.
Joe. Top 2 Omegas.
Definitely Chronosport, and then
Chronoscope.
Did the white and blue bezel Seamaster release this year as well?
Oh, wait. This one?
I think it was like the Japan edition.
Were those released this year? No. I think they were released last year, 2020.
I thought they were released this year.
No,
I thought
no,
the white and black was released last year.
No, it was last year. Because they're not on this list. They would have been here. The Tokyo.
I know. That's the thing with Omega. They really,
oh wait, this one, Olympics.
So much garbage.
Air King. Oh, still getting ready.
Yes, I just had to come on. Rolex.
Yes.
What's up?
I'm really sorry, man. Touched my heart.
Yeah.
Here's
the thing. I feel
the
like
one that got away.
I don't know, man. After what happened with Tim in LA, I feel like I deserved it when I left. I was like, yeah, this makes sense.
Karma's a bitch.
Like a punishment.
Yeah.
A punishment.
This all feels like it makes sense as I sat in an hour's worth of traffic driving home. I was like, yeah, this all makes a lot of sense.
This is what it feels like to be ghosted.
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes. Totally ghosted me.
I just can't believe they still had it in the store, waiting for someone else to come after you got there.
They had it in the store in this.
Isn't what you said?
Yeah, they had it in the store, and the store manager wouldn't release it to me.
Wow.
And he was standing.
That's
in
ridiculous.
The store,
kind of a dickhead move.
Store waiting for me. I was like, wow, all right, okay, I'll just go fuck myself.
With your bag of popcorn.
Yeah, with my bag of popcorn.
Excuse
with
me,
the caramel popcorn. Yes.
Swear to God. Have you seen them? They're like those.
Heartbreaking.
They're the decorative ones that are like kind of a cone. They're like pretty big. Have you guys seen them? They're a two-hander. You don't carry them with one hand. They're like huge. So it looked ridiculous when I was like walking out of the store with it.
Popcorn. Not Air King. That's like my biggest nightmare, I think.
Yeah.
Walking out with the popcorn.
Going to sit in your car and listen to like Taylor Swift songs while you.
All that. What's that other song? All by myself.
Yeah.
You know one? With the popcorn?
Some Sarah McLachlan.
Covered in popcorn from
sad tunes.
I'm not gonna lie, that popcorn looks delicious.
Just took that bottle, smashed it over the sales rep's head, and took the Daytona and said, "This is what you get." And thank you for the Daytona. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Whatever. At least I gotta,
Tim couldn't tell the time for 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't. Dude, I couldn't. I was totally lost in LA. I didn't know what time it was anywhere. I didn't know the time in New York. I didn't know time in LA.
When I met up with Tim in New
Lost
York,
and confused.
His Daytona, the time wasn't even set on it.
Yeah.
So when he doesn't set the time on the watches, he can't tell the time.
Yeah. And when I set the time, I set it in New York. And then when I went to LA, and the time was set to New York time, and I thought, oh, this is really clever. But then every time I looked at the watch, I thought this is the LA time, but it was actually New York time. I didn't know what the hell was happening.
Tim showing up 3 hours early to everything.
Tim just explained the usefulness of a GMT in one sentence.
Mm.
Of course, then he'd probably still have it backwards.
On a positive for Rolex, though, history repeats itself. You'll be getting a panda or something because bad luck follows good luck for you. It seems.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And then like in a 6 months to a year, you'll get get the call and then show up, and your Sky Dweller won't be there.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make the drive out again, and the same guy will say something to me. He'll be like,
"What Sky? What color do you want, Rolex?"
I'm joking.
What'd you say?
Do you want a Sky Dweller or it's Lone Star?
Not particularly. No, I'm not very.
I was just joking because you said history repeats itself. So he's gonna get something awesome, and then he's gonna drive an hour for nothing again.
I was talking about the scratching of the poor Datejust Wimbledon, and then turn into a Batgirl.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, I gotta tell you,
that was a good
Alex,
ending, Kurt.
Alex says Tim forgot to screw back the pusher of the Daytona and put it into the water glass.
Is that true, Tim?
Here's the thing.
Oh, wow.
Hold on a second. Hold on, wait.
I was swimming with these guys, and then we all shot through the top of this giant water fountain, and we had the best time ever.
Stop it. Let's just everybody calm down. Let's calm down. Listen, the pusher was unscrewed, but what I realized the night before, I was with Alex, and Alex says that I forgot to screw it down. But I was here. I was talking with Alex. I was looking at his watch. He was looking at my watch. Unfortunately, actually, I had to shut down the video. So in this video, we're only talking about his. Wait, maybe. Wait. Oh! Yeah, he's trying it on. Hold on a second.
He's playing with the pushers.
He's playing with the pushers. Yeah.
Oh my God!
There, boom! There he is playing with the pusher. This is evidence.
Wait, are you saying Alex was the reason your pushers were unscrewed?
I think
That's a very
Alex, when I
expensive
gave
dinner,
the watch to Alex, he unscrewed the pusher. Wait, You could wait.
The
in this
dinner
video,
was $90.
see, it's screwed here, and then when he gives it back to me, it's unscrewed. Because when I got it back, see, look, because I turned the camera to me. When I look at when I turned the camera to myself, he unscrewed the pusher.
Look at that face. That's a face
When
that
I look
knows.
back, when I got it, and
He
actually
just knows.
probably would slow down the footage.
Oh,
It was already unscrewed.
So it was
here's the thing.
$90 for sushi, and then it ruined your Daytona.
I made a massive mistake. You know, Alex said he was gonna pay for this for the sushi
Hey,
dinner.
okay.
And I made a stupid. I didn't know how expensive it was. I thought it was gonna be like we split it. I thought it was gonna be $50.
Look, I think the Daytona. I think as long as you don't use the pushers, it should be fine.
Yeah,
it should be fine.
Yeah. Well, you tell that
Tim,
when
Tim
it's
put
water
it in the
damage.
glass, he started shaking it violently.
You
and-
tell it to Alex when he's servicing the water damage on my Daytona. Okay. Don't worry. By the way, Alex, if you want to split, I split the bill on the dinner. You split the servicing bill I get for the Daytona.
You guys are fair.
We're even.
Nothing a good insurance fraud can't fix.
By the way, Alex's did you get a chance to see Alex's IWC that chronograph?
Yes.
Video?
By the way,
really nice watch.
He has it in this video. I'm gonna make this video available for members only. This video, I'm probably gonna upload it tomorrow. Alex, huge shout out to Alex. That's the sushi, by the way. Does that look like $140 worth of sushi? No more. $190 worth of sushi. Fuck me, that. I don't know.
Good sushi, yeah.
Anything is worth.
Yeah.
Sashimi. It wasn't even sushi. It was sashimi.
Yeah, dude. That's.
Hey, by the way,
The
Tim,
salmon, man.
How are you? How are you doing, man? I saw some videos right now. Apparently, like everybody's getting COVID right now in New York.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Isn't it like pretty bad? Like there's COVID tents, not tents, but like testing tents every like.
Hey, someone told me not to go out. I forgot who.
Hey,
But
Timmy, I'm
yeah.
gonna bounce, but it's been a pleasure.
Joe Kramer, peace
Later,
out.
Joe.
Well, by the way, before you go, top 2 Omegas.
A chronoscope, and then the Lollipop
3861.
Master Heritage. Yep.
Oh, no, not 3861. It's like Seamaster Heritage and the Chronoscope. These two.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. All right.
Later, Joe.
Later, Joe. We're gonna go for another. I don't know, like 10
What is
minutes.
going on up there? I guess it's winter. I guess because it's winter and people are indoors. I have no idea because it's getting worse down here, but it's not like up there.
Yeah, you know, New York has been very, very, what's it called? People have basically, New York has went back to normal operation. Like when I was in the city couple of days ago, when I went out with Humble Pine, shout out to Humble Pine. It just looked like there was no COVID. So I think people are a little bit
So it's
excited.
not trying to get you like demonetized, but so my wife does like a lot of contact tracing and for kids, and this new variant seems to just be like not even care if you're vaccinated or not. Like almost they have like the population that she looks at has almost a 90% vaccination rate.
Jesus.
And for all the people that are getting like positive tests, and she tests on site, 90% of them are vaccinated, like within the last 3 months, because they're younger. And so it's like it's just the Omicron variant. It seems to be like not as bad, like right. So seems
the damage is not as bad, but spread.
It's spreading, and so people that are vaccinated are getting it, testing positive, and they're transmitting it.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty rough.
Like,
I think
they've canceled like a lot of youth wrestling and things like that because they're just like, you know, these kids are just giving it to each other left and right.
Are massage parlors open? Are massage parlors open?
I haven't tried going.
But that's the thing. We knew this was going to happen.
Oh yeah, we did.
A COVID vaccine resistant variant. We knew that was going to happen. So
well, yeah, once you get to a near herd immunity, obviously, you know what I mean. It's going to be a mutation or a variant that's going to be able to spread, right? So
yeah.
Well, and the thing is, the more deadly it gets, the harder it is to spread. Things like SARS was so deadly that it couldn't spread. So because it was just so easy to catch, right? Like people were dying so quickly, it wasn't spreading. Now, in this case, the hope is it sounds like in
Spreads, but
nursing
it doesn't
homes.
kill.
Yeah, well, in nursing homes in particular, boosted patients are doing really well. So that's a good sign. But we'll see. It's probably, I mean, look, the flu is around every year, and it not every year is the Spanish flu, right? So like what COVID killed 400,000 Americans per year for 2 years. If that gets below 100,000, then you're starting to look at, potentially like a bad flu year.
And even of those, it was still like a comorbidity factor. So to be like, oh, that's the only thing that
3/4 of the victims have been elderly. So it's unfortunate.
It's much.
It's sad.
I just want to know that I'm gonna be able to go on the Colorado Trail hike. That's kind of
that's probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Arizona, Colorado, and Arizona. Let's go. Let's do 2, guys. Let's do 2 and make a film about it. Film.
Like a docudrama.
Docudrama, and I want to be published in Hodinkee or something equivalent. For being a legend or something like that. I don't know. I just have to do something in between because just doing the stream, because like there's content, you run out of content. By the way, today's topic was very, very interesting. I might be able to even do part 2 tomorrow because I only went through Omega, Tudor, Rolex, Patek, and
Vacheron.
What was that? The top models for each brand?
Top 2 for each brand.
Okay.
So this is going to be part 1. Guys. I'm going to do another 4 minutes. It's been 3 hours and 15 minutes. I've been staying up. If you're still watching, if you haven't hit the upvote button, I would really appreciate that. I would be extremely grateful. If you enjoyed the show, please do that one thing for me. Consider becoming a member. $4 per month will help me, sustain doing these kind of shows. Maybe once, maybe even twice per day. Who freaking knows?
Well, so we've decided overall that the best watches of the year are the 2-tone Tim and the 1-tone Tim.
Definitely. For me, I think. Oh, you know what? As much as it's just the Space Panda. I don't fucking know what the Space Panda really screwed me over. The Space Panda is so beautiful. Damn. Huh?
Ooh.
Lone Star?
New member.
But you're our member. Oh, snap. You've upgraded to a producer. Holy fuck, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers, buddy.
Wow. Dude, that means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Pavel, another $5. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you, Pavel. Peruka, thanks to the lockdown this year, I'll not be alone for New Year. COVID will keep you company.
COVID's not a great buddy. I
will keep you company.
Not great.
The community, guys. I'll be live streaming as much as I can until the new year because I'm raising funds for the Philly trip, guys. I'm going to Philly. I'm going to the Watch Box to visit the vault. I'm also going to visit Roman Sharf. That's happening January 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it's about 3 weeks later.
I hope when you stream with Tim Masso, you'll get him to be like, "Hey, we're Tim's. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on."
On. And by the way, what's the exit? What's the exit? He says, Tim, time out, Tim out. Peace out. Corrado Galizia, $5. Enjoy the stream. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, and I have this. Actually, oh no, he does have with Tim Masso.
Is that a Yeti?
No. See, Talking Time, Bumpa but the Bum with Tim Masso. It's like a mug, like limited edition mugs from the fan club. Apparently, you have to be in Tim Masso group for so many years to get one of these. And I was able to basically talk Wolfie, the Wolf Gang, to get me one. He got one for Cars and Chrono. That's how important. That's how hard to get these. Cars and Chrono wanted one, and Cars and Chrono had to pull all kinds of strings to get it. And I was able to jump in on the hype train, ask him, "Hey, by any chance you got another one?" That's the thing. If you don't ask, you don't get anything. So I was like, "Hey, he got one for Cars and Chrono." I'm like, "Hey, man, let me buy you a drink." He's like, "Okay, thank you." And by the way, as I'm getting him the drink, do you have another one of those? He's like, "Ah, you son of a bitch, you got me."
And sometimes you ask, you get the call, you go down there, and then all you get is a bag of popcorn.
Yeah. It was pretty sweet popcorn, though. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I was pissed off. It was pretty decent.
Guys, wow, great little show tonight. Corrado, enjoy the stream. Thank you. Burbing Heart, thank you so much for hopping on. Lone Snake, Air King Ben, Rolex, please.
Hello,
guys. Thank you for jumping on, keeping me some company tonight. Let's keep the dank train going. I'm gonna rename today's stream to Top Watches of 2021, Part 1. Low stake. One final timeout for Farouk. Well, guys, before you leave, make sure to hit the upvote button. I'll see you tomorrow.